All right, everyone. Thank you guys again to those who were here early. It means a ton. We love to get these things started ASAP. So thank you guys so much for being here early. We do appreciate it. Welcome to the first of the 2024 community meetings slash town hall. Again, if this is your guys' first time again here, just to start off with, thank you guys so much for being here. But wait, is that true? Yes, it is true. Super sorry. Let me close this chat real quick. We're super excited to have you guys all here, though, to go over not only what you guys have been experiencing in 3.0 and what you guys are super excited for the upcoming month of February. We're going to let you guys know what we're working on. We're going to let you guys know a bunch of stuff that's going on our end. And then we'll, of course, turn over the floor to the community to hear all of your guys' feedback. So thank you guys so much again for being here. We're going to go ahead and get it started off with, of course, the numbers. We always go ahead and share the numbers with the community. Second here. So with Project Rogue, we are now at 5,323 whitelisted players, and you guys are at 93 years, 180 days in playtime, which is insane. 93 years old. I think we would all be basically dead. So crazy number. That is from the beginning of 2.0, or sorry, at the beginning of last year on January 1st. So about a year and a month of actual playtime turned into 93 years. So it's awesome to see that. We're super happy to have the community be expanding like it is. We're of course working tirelessly behind the scenes, trying to get everything done that we can. Of course, that includes having to take breaks and weird things have to come up and stuff like that. But we are super excited for February because we have a lot that we're going to be focusing on and really making sure that the quality of life is also paid attention to. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and hop right into our portion of the meeting where we talk to the community about things that we're seeing and what we think the community needs maybe a reminder of, or things that we are seeing that are great that we want to see more of. And all that great stuff. And then we'll, of course, hop into what we're working on in the month of February. So, with our community meetings, they are the last Sunday of every month. We did want to go ahead and make sure that everyone knows. If you guys did not see the poll that was posted earlier this week, we did ask the community, hey, what is the best day for you guys to have meetings on and what times? For the time, there was 198 votes. You guys voted for Saturday instead of Sunday. And you guys also voted for time. There was 215 votes, and you guys still voted for 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So the time that this meeting started today is going to be the streamline of the community meetings going forward. So you're still going to see us at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, but please do note that we are changing the days from Sunday to Monday. Or, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Sunday to Saturday. So now it will be in the middle of the weekend. So you don't really have to focus on having to be here at the end of your weekend where you might be busy or you might be spending time with family. I'm kind of excited to have the Saturday meetings just due to the fact that we are all pretty much up late on Saturday nights anyway. So it makes kind of making the meeting a little bit more tolerable. Of course, we will always have these recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel where we upload the content from the community meetings where you can always play those back. They are about a 3-4 hour watch because it is the entire session. So please do make sure that, it's kind of like a podcast though. So throw in some earbuds while you're doing something and you'll be able to hear everything that we covered. With that being said, just wanted to make sure that everyone knew about that. That's really important, just to kind of get out of the sense that we're going to be here on Sundays. Make sure that we're here on Saturdays. Of course, with that being said, we did miss yesterday's meeting. Super sorry about that. I don't know if you guys saw, but that was actually like a legit thing. That was not a lie. I saw the memes and stuff like that in discussion, which while I think it's pretty funny, it actually wasn't. My fridge literally exploded and it has glass all in the fridge and all of that glass like went all over my kitchen. It was a mess. So super sorry about not being able to meet that meeting yesterday, but wanted to make sure my food was good and didn't go bad. So we had to get that taken care of. So that was a legitimate thing, but I did see the memes, really, really funny. You guys should use that on your next date or, to call out of work. So, um, but yes, make sure to be here on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. A couple things that the staff team and I went over before this meeting and our staff meeting that we wanted to make sure that everyone is just aware of, gets a reminder of, et cetera, et cetera. We wanted to make sure that our streamers, okay, we are looking for more live streamers, first of all, okay? We wanted to make sure that everyone knew about the process of how to apply to become a streamer at Project Rogue. So to become a streamer at Project Rogue, you simply you can do exclamation point streamer, and it will have a message that populates to you in any one of our channels, and you guys can apply through that application. If you guys do apply through that application, we have two team members from our staff team who review those applications. They reach out to you. You have a 10-minute voice call about kind of what we're looking for and how to really tailor your channel to feature that of Project Rogue and kind of how we like it to be set up. And then it will post you live at the top, okay? Now, when you're posted live at the top of our Discord, a couple things for streamers. Streamers, you do get priority queue, which is fantastic, right? So when those queues are getting heavy and you want to get passed through, you're going to be able to get that pass through as a streamer. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like as high as like our donators or the like the police or stuff like that, but you do get that priority queue more than a base player, okay? So make sure that if you do want to stream Project Rogue, you want to get that priority queue, make sure to apply for the program. Now, of course, with you being displayed at the top of our Discord, we like to make sure that you guys are actually streaming when you guys have this tag. We have seen an increase in a couple of things that we just want to nip in the butt really, really quick before the program, gets abused and people just start getting kicked off of it. So do not put that you are streaming and claim that tag unless you're actually streaming. This will force us to go into an automated system, which you guys do not want if you guys want to stream on other platforms besides Twitch. So please make sure to just simply use the go live and the take off live. We are going to be going to a 3x you're out type deal where if you are caught more than 3 times having that live tag and you're not actually live, we're just going to go ahead and remove the streamer prio. We're going to remove you from the program and basically adios to that. So please don't make us do that, guys. We always send out a warning for your first time just to make sure that you know, hey, you didn't go off live, but we shouldn't be seeing it all the time or every week or anything like that, guys. Again, not trying to be hard asses or anything like that. It makes it easier for us to not only maintain who's streaming, we can tune into those, our players can tune into those streams, you guys get more viewers. It's all around better for everyone if you're actually live when you claim that role. So if you are a live streamer and you're hitting the go live button, please make sure to hit it again to remove it after you're done streaming. It takes 10 seconds, I promise. Super, super easy. We did just want to give another, it's a blanket warning, guys. All of these things are just things that we can improve on at the end of the day. So please don't take them as, negative or that we're whining or complaining. It's just to make Rogue better in a sense of community and what we're seeing just an increase of, okay? One thing we wanted to address was the water evading, okay? Please don't make us make, realistic, driving rules or anything like that. We think that the rules are really healthy where they're at right now. We're not trying to add to the plethora of rules that we already call our rule book, okay? So please work with me on helping you help me by just don't water evade, guys. And what that means is like, you're not to go on top of a bridge that is like the size of a downtown building and jump off of it. It just doesn't make sense, guys. Please avoid this. It's just so bad. If you guys can't evade the cops, don't do the crime or just do the time a little bit. So try to work on that with me, guys. I don't want to make a rule. It's not something that we're talking about making a rule. I don't want to have a talk about making it a rule. So please help me help you. Just to go on top of that, that would fall under, of course, fail RP, NVL. You're not valuing your life at all. You're not. I mean, come on. We're not going to jump off, the San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, don't do it here. That would fall under like that NVL, power gaming, Feared for Life, all that stuff, right? So just don't do that. But that also just goes into the NVL. We have been seeing an increase in not only NVL towards criminals, but just NVL towards like gang members, and just in certain situations, people just not valuing their life. At the end of the day, we are playing a video game. We all know that. However, we are playing like a simulation. It's supposed to be role play, so we're supposed to be fearing for that character's life. What that would look like is if like a gang member comes up to you and has guns on you, you probably should not be talking shit to the gangs. You probably should not be talking shit to a hostage taker. You probably should not be acting nonchalant or like it doesn't matter, anything like that. That would fall under NVL. Okay. Again, try to help me help you guys out by making sure that these little minimalistic rules that happen everywhere, mind you be, okay? These are not groundbreaking rules, guys. These are rules that you're going to find in every serious roleplay server. So please don't think that we're being hard asses or that, again, we're whining, complaining, et cetera, et cetera. It's not how it is, guys. We're just trying to make sure that the community as a whole is bringing that good roleplay and that we're not focusing on, oh man, I don't want to have to be a hostage, or oh man, I'm the toughest guy around. Just please go through the role play and go through the steps in role play to take revenge or whatnot. So please, again, help me help you. We just also wanted to make sure that, again, on that NVL topic, we just wanted to make sure that when you're being taken as a hostage, you should, of course, make sure that you're playing that scene out, okay? What that would mean, that is like the main example that got brought to me, okay, was an example of someone who was being taken as a hostage. The person basically asked, hey, can I put my stuff in my car? The hostage taker said no. And then the person B basically started griefing that the robbers wouldn't let him put his stuff away. At the end of the day, guys, these guys are literally about to kill you and kidnap you. So your goal is to just obey those commands and try to get out of that scene unharmed and not dead. Okay. So when your guys are going through those steps, if the hostage takers say no, you're not going to put your stuff away, then it is what it is. I did want to let you guys know that we do have a couple cops on our staff team when we were talking about this, and most of the cops will not actually just as long as it's nothing crazy, guys, right? If it's a Draco or an AR-15, you guys are going to run into some issues. But if it's not one of those two items and it's just a little bit of drugs or a little bit of this or a little bit of that, they're probably not going to hem up the hostage anyway. Okay. So I just want to let you guys know, please work with us on that. It would fall under NVL. Again, it has nothing to do with like a cop versus civ or cop versus crim. It really has to do with crim versus civ and crim versus crim. Crim versus crim, we're seeing that people aren't valuing that life and aren't going with the flow of the role play. And sometimes civs will just be like, hey, I need to go get my concrete job on. Please avoid that at all costs. We're really not trying to implement weird rules. We're not trying to crack down on anything. I think that we're all adults here. So usually if we can just, flow through this, we can talk about it. Usually we can see a decrease in these things. Again, just gentle reminders there. Not saying anyone or any group in particular are doing these things, just stating, as a blanket warning out there for everyone. Please try to work with us there. Masks, guys. We talk about it every single time. We're going to talk about it every single time until it stops. This is my last piece of advice for you guys. Please drop the masks. It's been talked about so many times, and we get asked all day, every day, nonstop, 24/7 things from players. Can we do this? Can we fix this? Can we buff this and nerf this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Right? So we get hundreds and hundreds of requests every single day from you guys, and we try our best to get it all done for you, right? All I'm asking from you guys is a little bit of help on following these minimalistic rules and trying to work through the role play and, keep quality always at hand, guys. If you guys can do those simple asks from me, I'm going to take your hundreds and hundreds of asks and I'll make them a thing, right? So we will make your guys' vision a reality. I know how cheesy it sounds, but seriously, guys, whatever you guys can think of and that you guys want, we're going to make it happen. We just need a little help from you guys in following those rules, okay? So if you guys are not familiar, you guys can head on over to our website, projectrogueroleplay.com, and there is a rule tab up at the top where you can check out our latest updated rules. They're always announced when we update these rules, okay? So nothing has changed if you guys haven't seen a rule update in the updates. However, it's always good to look them over, check them out, let me know. Now, with that being said, the masks, okay, please drop the masks. Please drop them. It's my one ask. It looks like we're all on October 31st on Halloween every day. Um, I understand that you guys can use masks to hide your identity in crime or when you're about to do gang activity. Awesome. Please just stop wearing masks into businesses or even in mass events. We like to take stock footage and use them in like our intro videos and stuff like that. And when you guys are all wearing masks, it's not good for the intro. It's not good for these reels, just due to the fact that we're not trying to like show that it's all gang because it's not. We have a very healthy mixture of law and legal, government jobs. We have a fantastic civilian life, and then our criminal life is very, very extensive, and it's always growing. So please try to not to wear masks everywhere 24/7. It just doesn't make sense in role play to wear the mask everywhere. If you guys are going into a bar or a food joint, or you guys are just on the street just doing normal things, it just looks weird to be wearing bandanas and uh, pig masks and mouse masks and all these weird masks around. I get they're in the game; they're there for you to enjoy in the right times. But we're also trying to make it, serious, realistic role play in a sense, right? We're not trying to go for IRL, real life stuff here. Okay, we're just simply looking for a great balance is what I like to call it. So those are the notes that I had from my staff meeting, guys. Not a lot of notes on bad stuff that's happening, more gentle reminders and pleas for, working with us and not getting them to become rules. I hate rules. Rules are stupid. We shouldn't have to have rules for everything. We should be able to just work as a community and enjoy role play as a whole. So let's all work on that. At the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, and we're gonna have a great dandy time. Now let's go ahead and get into the section where, of course, we talk about what we're working on. We are super excited, guys, because this is the first month that we've ever done something like this. Where oh yeah, well, I'll just explain everything that we're doing. So here, very soon, I'm hoping either today or middle of the week, for sure by Friday. This is a for sure thing, set in stone by Friday. We will be releasing our brand new mechanic system. It's fantastic. If you've ever used our chop shop, okay, imagine the chop shop at mechanics, but every single part is like that. So, for instance, if you wanted to get a spoiler and some bumpers and side skirts and et cetera, the mechanic is actually going to physically go around your car and actually do that. They're going to actually work on your car, which is amazing. On top of that, we give power to the actual player who is the customer, where they are going to actually be able to work on the car themselves and be able to like basically work on a quote unquote computer, where they will be able to 3D design their car. So what that means is that you'll be like, you as the customer will actually get on the computer. You guys are going to paint your car. You're going to see exactly how it looks. So you customize it exactly how you wanted it. Then you put in that work order to the mechanic, and the mechanic now does all of the work for you. So let's say that you ordered a hood and engine upgrade and some brakes. That mechanic will have to go get the parts from it's all in their shop. So they go, they get the part, they'll install the brakes on each four wheels. They will install the ECU for the engine, and they'll install the spoiler, the bumpers, anything that you order. So it does make a lot more in-depth, immersive role play because you as the player also see this. It even has working paint booths. It has working NAS. We're bringing back NAS. There's a lot of things that come in this, guys. I don't want to leak too much, but there's a lot of stuff coming, guys, with this mechanic stuff, and I think that you guys are going to like it. So with that being said, you guys should see a video pop out about Wednesday or Thursday, and then hopefully we have that released by Friday. I am trying to have it released by Wednesday. So you guys might see it even as early as tomorrow, the video, and you guys might see the system on Wednesday. But for sure, I'm going to make sure that it's 100% done by Friday. You got my word on that. We're going to release it on Friday. So there's the release date on the mechanic stuff. It's going to be awesome, guys. If you like mechanic roleplay and you actually like being a mechanic, this is going to be awesome for you guys. Now, let's look at what we're going to be working on for the month of February. So that's what we've been working on all month January to get that done. Now, there are a couple more things that we're going to be working on that are just pushed into February, which is okay, but it's going to be the first things that we pay attention to. The month of February, the entire month is going to be nothing but quality of life fixes. These are going to be implementations, fixes, et cetera, guys. We are not, okay, I repeat, in the month of February, you guys will not see a new system here at Rogue. We are not going to, okay, well, I guess besides the mechanic stuff, but that's what we worked on in January. In the month of February, we're not bringing any new content. There's not going to be new scripts put in, new systems. There's not going to be anything brand spanking new. This means a new system that's being introduced, kind of like the mechanics, right? The mechanics is a completely new system that's being introduced to Rogue. Complete, okay? We're not going to be introducing anything like that in the month of February. We're only focusing on updates, fixes, tweaks, buffs, nerfs, whatever it may be, whatever we can get to on our plate in the month of February, that's what we're going to be focused on. So all month of February, your guys' updates are all going to be centered around your guys' feedback. Every single, like probably, I don't know, every 2 or 3 days, we are going to start a forum and you guys will talk with us about, hey, this is what we want to see and you know, the next couple updates this week. This is what we want to focus on. Of course, we're going to be writing down notes from today, right? However, we're going to be opening those forums so that you guys can also, you know, we're going to be getting things done left and right, and that's going to allow us to get that coded up for you guys in a nice, timely manner, and then go on to the next stuff that needs to be focused on. So what that's going to look like is we're going to be, of course, updating scripts. We're going to be doing a lot of quality of life things in the city as far as the systems that you use every day, and also what we're using, you know, in the Discord and stuff like that. However, another big thing that we're going to be focusing on is the Discord. So we are going to be doing some new implementations, some reworks. We're going to be opening up new forums. We're going to be opening up a lot of things inside of the Discord that's going to not only clean it up, keep everything a lot more organized and a lot more fluent. So you guys are going to see those updates happen in the Discord this month in February. This is going to include our brand new business center. So the business center is going to allow new citizens who are civilians who are looking to open up a business. This is going to allow them to have a section where they can actually see the businesses that Rogue are wanting. They are seeing what MLOs are available to purchase and to like basically take over. They know what type of systems that we are wanting to take on. So let's say that we're really not trying to take on another car dealership, but we are looking for a new mechanic in Sandy, or we're not looking for another mechanic shop necessarily like around Benny's right now, but we are looking one in Polito. This will explain everything a lot more fluently for you guys to all be able to take a look at, hey, this is what's available out there, and let me role play this out. Where before, you kind of thrown out to the wolves. You really don't know what we're willing to take on. There really is no guidance besides opening up a ticket and asking questions. This section of the Discord will give everyone the knowledge to be that, you know, I always say at every community meeting, I'll say it again for the people who are new here, but everyone and their dog wants to be a business owner, but ain't no one want to work like a business owner. And what that means, guys, is that a lot of people come into the server and, you know, I want to be a business owner. I want to be a business owner. But then they're doing other stuff in 2 or 3 weeks and they've totally forgot about it and they don't even care about the business. It takes us, okay, a long, long time to work on these things for you guys. And when we work on, you know, on a script for, let's say, 5 to 6 days, and we're writing these new restaurants, or we're writing this, or we're writing that, and we're making them all unique, right? Because not every restaurant's different, okay? Some have crafting, some have this, some have that. They're all different in their own sense, right? And so we have to create those. And when we have to create those, and then they literally get ditched, man, it's like, damn. If we were working on that system, we would have gotten screwed. So please, please, please just make sure that if you are wanting to be a business owner, you put in that work, and we're going to have a business center open up for that. Really, really exciting stuff as well in February is when we're going to be starting to take on our first wave of civilian real estate agents. So, right now, we've only had staff members. We have about 5 to 6 of our staff members who are integrated with the systems. They're familiar with the systems, they know how to sell houses, they know our pricing, they know everything. In the month of February, we're going to finish out our IPL and warehouse pricing so that regular agents can just sell them without needing us. And then civilians will start being able to integrate themselves into D8. So we are going to bring on about 5 to 6 real estate agents and see how that goes. If we need more, we'll of course bring on more. But with 5 staff members and 6 civilians, that would make 11 employees, including myself when I'm around. That would be 12. It's pretty good. So I think it's going to be well. I think that we're going to do well with 12 agents, but who knows? We might need to bring on more, and we're willing to do that. So in the month of February, you will see that. You'll see the finished pricing. Everything's going to be updated with housing. Of course, I know it's already going to be talked about today. So yes, we are working on your storages. The month of February, we're hoping within the first 5 days of February, we have everything done with your storages to make them not only cheaper, but also bigger. So that'll mean bigger storages, smaller price. So you guys, instead of having 60 as the max, we're going to work on somewhere around 100 to 150 and see how that goes. If we need more, of course, we'll bring in more. So the max storage that you guys will see is around that 150 range, and they're going to be brought down. Right now, it's at 1,500 kg per, 1,500 per kg. It's going to go down to 1,000. Okay, so right now you pay some weird number for all of it. If it says that it's 90 kg, or sorry, if it says that it's $90,000, it holds 90 kg. If it's $150,000, it holds 150 kg. If it's $5,000, it holds 5 kg. We're also going to add, just for the people who can't do math out there, all right? We're going to go ahead and, no, you're not getting reimbursed, Kirk. That's ridiculous. Oh my good Lord. Good God. Okay, come on, guys, come on now. What we're going to be doing though is we are going to be working on getting the kg that is held inside of the storage. It'll be displayed in the menu for you as well. So now you can go ahead and check that out as well. Okay. Now Ace from TKR just mentioned cars over storages. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Unfortunately, now see, this was brought up to us. Okay, now I can pitch you guys on this one. I don't know how you guys are gonna like it. Car storages are either coming down in the amount that you guys can hold in them, or we're going to allow car storages to be hit as a robbery. It's whatever you guys want. You guys will be picking one of them. So you guys can either pick smaller storages, no robbery, or we're going to allow to rob them. Not only does it take off time off of our plates, it also makes you guys have to check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm sick and tired of seeing the tickets. Someone stole stuff out of my trunk. Don't leave your car out then, dude. It's come on. You are a grown ass adult. You have to lock your car in real life. You don't just leave your car in the hood or somewhere around to get your shit robbed. So don't do it here, or else you're gonna get licked. It's just that way. I'm seeing a lot of people, right? A lot of people are saying allow the robbery of cars. I'm going to put a poll out. I might not do it tonight. I might do it tomorrow, just because I don't want to focus on typing. I'm in the zone right now, so I'm just going to go. I'm not posting a poll right now, but I will post a poll tomorrow. I'll have management remind me, or I'll have one of them do it. But you guys will see that, okay? So it's going to be one or the other. I don't care what it is, but one of the two is coming, okay? So be ready for that. Now, also in the month of February, we're going to be focused on those enhancements, the quality of life stuff, of course, right? Now we're going to go ahead and can we lock pick cars? I mean, yeah, you can lock pick cars, Dub. That's already a thing. So what you guys are going to do now is in the month of February, we're doing. I'm super sorry, guys. I'm not sure what my computer just did. It just turned black. Are you guys able to hear me right now?
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
you.
I
We
can
can
hear
hear.
Okay, I think it's just because I'm in AFK mode, and so I think that my computer just thinks I'm gone. I can't hear you guys though. Let me just see. Come on, let's go. Okay, there we go. It booted back up. So, with all of the quality of life stuff and all that coming, we are planning on doing a bunch of rewrites to your cars. Cars are going to be getting fine tuned and they're going to be released probably, I would say, hopefully right in the middle of the month, February 15th. We're going to be trying to release an entire system that does, okay, basically it's going to do this, right? We're going to basically put the cars in categories in an Excel spreadsheet. We're then going to have our systems read through that spreadsheet and depict and make sure that the cars are all driving like that class. For instance, if I set a class into B, it's going to, all B cars will drive essentially the same way. They're going to have the same handling, same speed, same acceleration, same braking. They're all going to have the same thing. And so if you buy a C-class car, it's just going to be a C-class car. There's no, hey, can I put this in for this? Can it go? No. All you would have to do is say, hey, well, this car shouldn't be a C-class. It should be a B-class. If you can explain to us why and convince us why, we'll change the class of the vehicle. But instead of us having to go in and tune every car, this is a mass improvement to make sure every car is put into a category. If it's not categorized, we just have to put it into a category. By the next restart, it starts driving how it's supposed to drive. So it's going to be awesome. I think that you guys are really going to like it. And not only that, we'll have an Excel spreadsheet to adjust everything and all the data. So let's say that we put a Sultan RS and we accidentally put it into a C class instead of an A. We'll just be able to go into the Excel spreadsheet. I'll put it into an A class. It'll kick it out of C, and by the next restart, it'll start driving like an A class now. So it's going to be awesome. So all you guys really have to do is just say, hey, this should be this class or this should be that class. It'll be great for you guys. I think that you guys are really going to like it. With that being said, we also have a lot of other things that are going to be happening behind the scenes that you guys will see in the update logs. But we do think that you guys are really going to enjoy what's to come at the end of this month. At the end of this month, by the next community meeting, we hope to have what we want to have done, and it's going to drastically change how you as a criminal are selling stuff on the streets. That's all I'm going to leave you guys at. I think that you guys are really going to like what we have brought up and come up with. And this is something that a lot of people have been asking for. It's definitely going to change the game as far as how to move and how you guys are going to sell your stuff, and it's going to streamline things a lot better. And I think that you guys are going to like it. Just, you guys will just hang in tight there, and we should have it opened up by the end of this month. I did see something about the casino. I have heard a lot of things about the casino, so I will address the casino. The casino is coming, okay? It's not going to come this month, though. No way. We're not bringing in new stuff this month. So I will leave you with a cliffhanger, though. Our casino will feature two things that I have never seen in any other 5M community, okay? That is a brand new game. It's going to be Texas Hold'em, where you guys will actually physically sit at a table and play poker against other players inside of the city. There's going to be no UI. There's going to be nothing. It's just like how in roulette, how you play roulette in the city on the physical table with the cards there. You guys are actually going to experience that with a new game that has never been done by GTA themselves, never been done by Rockstar themselves. We're going to get it on the actual physical table where you guys will actually play with each other, just like you guys would in like 21. On top of that, our casino will all be rewritten to a new UI. So like you guys will still have a card UI to obviously be able to see your cards. We don't want to show the cards on the table, as other players could use third angles and basically see your cards. So your cards will still be a UI, but that's it. You're going to be playing on the physical table. So you will be able to like actually physically play instead of on the house. Let's say you guys want to have a poker night and you guys want to get 8 people in on poker. You guys can come to the casino. You guys will all be able to put in, let's say $10,000, and you guys will all be able to bet, for that money. On top of that, of course, you guys will be seeing the return of our Lucky Wheel, which has been completely reimagined to feature actual working stuff. And you guys will actually be able to get cars from there as well once a week. And then we're also going to be bringing back all the table games that you're used to. Blackjack, 3-hand poker, roulette, and slot machines. So you guys will be able to play the entire casino plus additional stuff. Like I said, we've never seen it happen before. We're super excited for this, and I think that you guys will love it. And so it's not going to come in February, but it is coming. With that being said, guys, I am at my 35-minute mark. So I do appreciate everyone listening to what we have coming up in February. We're super excited for it, and we hope that you guys are too. So now, again, if this is your first community meeting, how it goes now is this is where all the madness starts happening. So we spend 35 minutes ourselves as staff explaining to you kind of what we're working on and what we're seeing, what we can get from you guys, and then the rest of the meeting. Sometimes it can last 4 hours. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, we're on track tonight and we keep on track with that. So this is the section where the community now can ask us questions. You can either type the questions and we'll try to see them in chat. You can attempt to have one of your friends come in and voice chat if you're not comfortable voice chatting. You can do a lot of those things, okay? Some of our speakers that will come in tonight will also mention, hey, if you're, don't want to speak in the voice, that's okay. Send me a DM. So they will go ahead and do those things as well for you. You'll hear from some of the speakers, like our mayor and stuff like that. He's usually pretty open, but I don't want to vote him to do that. So if he says that he'll do it, cool. If he doesn't, whatever. And then from there, what we do plan on doing is always remember that you guys have 5-minute brackets, okay? These 5-minute brackets are very sharp, and I am going to cut you off at 5 minutes to keep this meeting on track, okay, guys? So 5-minute brackets. If you guys do not want to, if you guys do hit your 5-minute mark and you guys want to still continue to talk, we will have you raise your hand again, and we'll bring you back in after everyone's first time is done. So just keep that in mind, guys. For everyone who is new or that you just have never spoken one of these community meetings before, you guys will use the little hand at the bottom of your guys' screen. So if you guys are in the Discord and you guys click on our community meeting, you guys should see all of our lovely boxes of our profiles at the top. There should be a hand at the bottom for you guys to raise your hand. Please do get it queued up because we already have 5 people queued up before we open the room. So do get queued in if you do want to actually talk. It is really important that you do that because if you don't, you could get passed up and by, and it'll take longer. So, okay, 9 people now want to speak. Like I said, queue up because if you want to talk, make sure you're in there. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get my timer started. 5-minute timer is getting started. All right. We're going to go ahead and bring in our mayor. His name is Mayor Stud. We're going to bring him in as the first speaker, just due to the fact that his job at the community is to basically listen to you guys and basically bring to us what you guys want to see in a nice, concise list. We will see if Mayor Stud has brought the heater today or not. What's going on,
guys? Hey, thanks for having me. Thank you to the city for coming up, and we did we did city meetings, all that stuff. Thank you guys, and thanks to my cabinet for going out there asking questions. I have a lot. Obviously we have 5 minutes. I'll keep going back and forth. Starting with hunting. I have talked to a billion people. When you go to well, not a billion, but when you start working up the levels with hunting, um, you get less of the lower to medium pelts, and those are drastically needed for a lot of the things that they do. And so it takes them so long to get those things; it's not even worth it for them. And they kind of want to bring back the old hunting because the way hunting is placed right now is it's right next to obviously it's right next to the what is it the lumberjack area, right? Like lumber and all that, like even the trucks and all that stuff is like causing a problem. The mountainous area there is causing a problem. Like they'll shoot an animal and it will just drag down the hill and keep going.
Since I know that you have a lot of feedback, right? Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
going to
go
make
ahead.
sure that I'm hearing all of it, right? So you're basically right here, you're talking about pelt drop. So pelt drops need to be looked at higher levels. And then
Correct.
you're saying that the hunting spot, maybe look at moving that to another location where it's not in the midst of the lumber job.
Correct. And then a lot of them are saying like, "Hey, it was a lot better before.
Yeah, we're not bringing back the old one. They're mad that they can't farm it anymore.
No, that's
Um,
well, I'm good with that. But
yeah,
also the meat. So the meat that they have, because they can't sell it to restaurants anymore, they make nothing off the meat, so it's not worth actually going and hunting.
yeah, definitely. So meat was intended to be sold to restaurants. However, some of our restaurants found it to be a little gouging that basically they would either have to not be at their restaurant and go hunt themselves, or they would have to literally pay hundreds of dollars for these meats that these people are wanting. And that is why we do it. So that's actually, unfortunately, that's a community thing that the
Sure.
community has done to themselves. And unfortunately, without the community wanting to help everyone out, we have to do those things. And so if they're not willing to at least work with the restaurants, it's kind of like what Pablo always talks about. If you've ever heard Pablo talk about, the price per, scrap metal was like 100 or something like that. It's just insane to me that scrap metal is going
It
for a
is.
100 a piece. It should never be like that. But the community is what fucks that up. And so with them messing those numbers up, there's unfortunately nothing I can do about that. I have to make the city can't buy meats more than players are going to buy them for. Players are only wanting to buy the meats for about 50 to 75 bucks. That's why the NPC, we're not going to reward you to go talk to an NPC. We're going to reward you to go talk with someone else. That's why you get paid more to go talk with other people. The restaurants were willing to buy them for 50 to $75. People were wanting 100 to 150, and no way me as a restaurant owner, I would never pay that. So I would rather just go out and get my own meats. But then I'm not going to have my shop open. You see what I'm saying? So
No,
the
yeah.
meat is not happening. But I will look at pelt drops. We're going to definitely look at that. I love that one, and I love the moving of the hunting spot. I love that. That's what I have down for hunting.
Perfect.
Any other feedback on the hunting?
I am reading through it right now. Um, lower pelts and it's the same thing. The pelts and all that stuff. A lot of people came back for the hunting. All right, so I don't think I have any more on hunting. I think a lot of people miss putting bait out rather than them spawning everywhere because they have animals just spawning like in
And don't
weird
get me wrong,
places.
stud. I guarantee you right now, right? I'll ask the chat right now. Hey, everyone, would you guys like us to put bait back in where you guys are gonna have to go around to the places? But hear me out now. Yeah, no, 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 no. Okay.
So the only
You guys don't even want me to start?
The only
Yes.
reason they brought it back or they brought it up is because they want to do it as a group effort. Like they want to go hunting, like two people on top of their car, they shoot rather than
It's
being
it's
like
it's
spread out.
it's just not like that, stud. They're telling you that, but what I'll tell you right now, I've just been doing this for 3 years, dude. I know it's not because of that. They're literally wanting to stand on top of their car and basically become a farming simulator where they will have someone lay the bait and then the animal's going to come right to the bait, and then they're going to shoot the animal and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, mindlessly for hours and hours and hours. And we're just not going to allow it. We would rather have them though do what they're doing right now and us increase the drops. So instead of them mindlessly sitting there, right, and shooting that same animal over and over and over again, right? What we could do, and this is a big thing I'll tell for all players who are listening right now. Your biggest thing when you come in these channels is you should have a solution to the problem that you are bringing. If I were bringing this issue to here, I would have said, instead of pelt drops, I would have said, hey, can we make sure that all pelts are dropped in all levels first of all? Then I would have said, could we also look at possibly, instead of maybe 1 and 2 pelts dropped, could we get 3 to 5? And also on top of that too, could we possibly get a little bit of meat, and could we maybe get a little bit of a price increase, maybe to $25 instead of 10 at the shop? We could do all of those things right there, right? And that is how you come in here and you bring a solution to the problem that you're bringing us, right? So
Right.
your solutions were pretty good, but just know, stud, what people tell you is not the true facts. They have hidden motives, and that's not why they're wanting it. They're not wanting it as a group
So
activity.
so here's the thing though. It's I'm not talking to just one or two people. I'm talking to a lot, and that's the feedback I got back. And my job is like obviously bring it up to you with solutions, right? And
Absolutely.
then if that doesn't work, that's fine. It's whatever. But like changing the
But we did
location,
find a
doing
nice
all that
medium.
stuff would be
We
awesome.
found a good medium.
Exactly.
A good medium.
I agree.
Did you say that meat and pelts need to be dropped more too? Like, do they want more pelts?
They need more pelts because the crafting and all that stuff. Like, I mean, somebody spent 20 hours just to get like barely 20 medium pelts, barely. And I mean, they were grinding it out. Like, if they're gonna go grind that out, there's not a whole lot of RP with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they were saying. So if we could raise that up, that'd be awesome.
So we'll look at increasing not only pelt drops to make sure that the higher levels are getting low tier pelts as well, but we'll also look at increasing the actual number that's dropped so it's not so mindlessly grinding. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I got a shit ton. You could go. I have like EMS things, construction things. I have things for PD. I have businesses. I got a
Okay, so
lot.
what we're
So
gonna do is this. I'm going to make sure that you stay on track. We're gonna blast through your entire list right now.
oh, okay. If you want that, all right. Okay, so pickaxes. I know a lot of
And
people
and,
like.
and hey, just to make sure, everyone, the reason that we're doing this is because I know 9 out of 10 of you guys who are sitting in this chat is literally going to ask the same things that this guy is asking. This guy literally goes around our city and just asks what needs to be fixed in city. Okay, so that's why I know that if we just get him out of the way, all of the stuff that you guys want answered, we can answer. And if it's already been answered, I'm just going to say, hey, it's already been answered. Repeat. We're going to go ahead and move to the next question. So that's why we're doing this, just to make sure. Okay, everyone. Go ahead, Stud. Fire away.
Yeah. So with mining, there's a lot of like, you know how there's two separate portions of mining where I guess it's not working right now, but is there a way that when you go up to the higher mining tiers, can you have that in a different area that where there's a lot more ore around? That way people aren't fighting around for certain things like the red ore and all that. That would be amazing if we could do something with that. Because I heard like going up also on levels of the mining. Like obviously it's worth it going past level 2, but it costs more for the pickaxes because they break more than what you're gonna get on in the return. So that was another thing.
Yeah, they're not going to get a return from what?
Going through the first 2 levels of the pickaxes, they don't get the returns because the pickaxes break before, like, they have to buy multiple, right? And so the return of the rocks that they're getting at level 2, they're not making enough to do that. And but even afterwards, though, like a lot of people make money. Now it's like it's a very congested area to where if we can separate like the red rocks and all that stuff, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so just to make clarified, okay, just because whenever I hear false facts, I have to address them.
That's
Okay,
fine. That's fine.
if you are level 1 mining, and Stud, go up there yourself, you can see that that's just completely bullshit. So when you're in
I don't
level
mess
1
with
mining,
miners. It's illegal.
true, me neither. But if you're in level 1 mining, right, you get rocks dropped to you almost every single hit, right, at a 65% RNG. If you're getting rocks at a 65% RNG, each one of those rocks can literally they have the probability of having a diamond in them or coal in them, right? So if those right there, if you sell those to the pawn shop, you a pickaxe costs $400, people. You get that in progressional income just sorry, 500. Oh my bad. Oh my gosh, an extra $100. I'm gonna make it 600 now. Yeah, and clearly, and see, hey, the people who are saying 500, you clearly haven't been mining because it is 400. So you guys don't even know what you guys are talking about. Come on now. But yes, we are already taking a look at mining. First of all, okay, I know that it's broken. Fix is going to be coming tomorrow for it. All right, so don't worry about it. 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, it'll be fixed. Now, as far as I do like the idea of possibly moving the level 4 to another place, I think that would be cool. I think that would be a good progression to say, hey, if you get to level 4, there's a lot of mines to go hit, and then you're separated from the other people who are mining. So
Right.
I'll listen to that idea. It could come to fruition. What else do you have on mining?
Nothing left on mining. The next thing I have is gardening. That thing needs to just leave. That thing is it's so because mining is the only job I didn't try. Because I don't mess with miners. But with gardening, That whole system of things and all that, it's so fucked. It's just nobody really even uses it. It's because like, and I have a lot of reasons for it, man. Like
I
the
was about to say
stat.
that was really terrible feedback.
No,
I'm not
you're
going to
good.
cap you.
It's something
What's
that
broken with it?
Okay, so when you go up to like weed cleaning, all that stuff, there are certain areas of it, like you'll finish a job, but it'll still say 90%. And so when you go, you're like, okay, shit, I'm stuck. And then also afterwards, like let's say you finish a job and you clock out of it, you still have a bunch of blips on your screen. You can clock out, you can go, so you essentially have to like fly out, fly back in to not have those random yellow blips on the screen. It's crazy. And then there are people like some NPCs that like stack 5 times on top of each other, and you'll start one, finish the job, come back, and because they're stacked, it doesn't work. It's it's crazy. It's just the whole gardening thing is something I spent because I did like I got a lot of hiccups on it. I went through it completely, and I stuck with it. And I mean, even the layout, like when you go and you start your jobs, it's you go to what was the last one? It was like weed cleans, and it says make sure they're hydrated, like just in the script, and it just didn't make any sense. Like none of it makes sense. And you make more money just staying at level 1 than all the other ones. It's crazy.
Okay, we'll just drop that script because it's just okay. Well, yep. All right. What's the next one?
All right, farming. Trailers flip all the time, and people can't pick them back up. And they go and they do all the farming work and all that stuff. They'll go, that trailer will flip at random times, so they try to pick it back up. And I did that too, and
How
it's
does
an
it flip at
annoyance.
random times?
It could be on the back of your truck, and you could take a corner. Not even that fast, because those things don't go fast, and it just flips.
Okay, yeah, that's not a bug. It's just people driving dumb. I guess slow down. I don't know.
I did it, and
Um.
I drove
Okay.
very safely, and it just flipped. Like the back just
Show
went.
me, show me your clip of you driving safely. Okay.
I do have that. I'll send that to you.
Please, always, please. Okay, so I crossed
Gotcha.
off the gardening and the farming feedback because it's not relative.
Sure,
What's
that's
next?
fine. 311 calls without a way to response for EMS to make sure that people are on their way.
They can.
A lot. I don't know. I talked to a lot of EMS, and they were saying that. I'm just here relaying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Claudia
you
from
can respond.
EMS. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
copy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, just making sure.
Using 52, EMS stated that they can't respond to 52s. A response should always be on the way. Eclipse Towers is requesting to change the parking place. There's a lot of people that like park right out front. They can't get their vehicles out. That's another
Of
one.
at where?
At Eclipse,
Okay,
they can't get
EMS.
yeah,
The public garage.
yeah, and they can't.
Where should I put it?
That is a question, I guess, for you know, either Claudia or Luna, or something like that. Out back, people are saying out back. I don't know.
Okay. We could put it. Is there a way to get into the back of there?
I have
Wisdom.
no clue. I haven't tried that.
I'm just asking Wisdom. He's in the chat. He said out back. Is there a parking spot from out back? There is. Okay, cool. I'll look into the back of there. And no, but there's a big lot out there. Okay, yeah. Just as long as something to put there. Okay, cool.
Perfect. All right. All right. So there is also there's so much, dude. Uh, so I'm gonna go to the basics here. Of because I'm not gonna do like, guys, I'm not gonna like a pool table doesn't work at this place or like all this other stuff. Like just put a ticket in for that. I'm talking about like what I do is I bring up like community issues that a lot of people have brought up, right? Um, all right. The other one would be a lot of the businesses are saying, like the food businesses are saying, "Hey, can we pay our people more?" Because there's a big turnaround because you can make more money doing other things. Like I keep getting that constantly. Um, that they're not making enough, and also PD's not making enough.
Demito, you hear that? PD's not making enough money.
PD's making plenty of money. Don't listen to PD.
Copy. That's what I heard.
Also, I'm just throwing this out there, right? This is my my practical thinking taking over. A restaurant employee should not be making as much as a guy chopping cars, selling drugs, working as a real estate agent, working as a mechanic, et cetera, et cetera. I could go on for days why you shouldn't make more money than these jobs. That makes sense. However, we are looking into a way to incentivize people to stay there. So either a receipt system, but also like Stud, also just being the practical thinker here, you get paid a percent every sale you do as an employee. So you get, if someone pays $1,000 for their meal, you get $100. For you to say that $100 plus your paycheck is not enough is pretty crazy to me. If you're just there, you're gonna get paid. If you're not there and you're trying to farm a check, you're not going to get paid. So I don't know if that's real or not. We can look at it. I did write it down, possibly look at that, because we have been looking in ways to incentivize even more. But we already implemented a way where every check you write for that company, you get 10% of. It's like every $1,000 you charge someone, you're getting $100 bill plus your paycheck. So if you're getting paid like let's say $350 every 15 minutes, and you have 2 customers come in, and that's I don't know. I don't know. We'll look into it. Possibly.
Okay, cool. And then can we get some more digital dens up north?
It's already coming. Yeah.
Perfect.
It is. We actually have a really cool little project that's coming up there, which will add a clothing store, a digital den, and a bank to up there. So it'll be cool.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm pumped. All right, so and then I have 3 things left. Recycling job center. Is that going to come up around at all?
Recycling job center.
Yeah.
Ooh, could you explain more? What is that?
It is you sift through boxes and you find materials such as glass, plastic, steel, scrap, toolkits, screwdrivers, rubber, whatever. Here, okay. So
Sure.
I think the big thing with that, and the reason people are asking, it's something that I've heard from everybody, is the legal jobs that we have. There is no rubber. Like, there's barely any rubber. You have to do illegal shit to grab rubber in order to go in and actually do things within crafting, right? So if we can either revamp the crafting area or go in and like add rubber to other places, that is a big thing that I'm hearing is rubber all the time. Like, there's no way to get it.
Yeah, definitely. What I would strongly suggest, right, is if you have feedback for us on materials, you need to bring me numbers. I will not know what to do with that job or all of the jobs, right? I want feedback on all jobs. There should be a list. There should be someone out there who has a little Excel spreadsheet. I know how y'all work, okay? There's someone out there who has an Excel spreadsheet of every single material you get from these jobs and every single paycheck that you get from the jobs. If you guys aren't happy with how a job is paying out, what I need you guys to do is this. You need to take that job and let me know, hey, right now, these jobs are like giving us XYZ amount of materials. And they're also dropping XYZ paychecks.
You have the script, right? Like, you understand what's going out, like, and all that stuff, like with the legal jobs. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people.
Here, hold on.
Okay, sorry.
I'm a developer, right? I sit behind a screen and I input numbers and I code and make things work. However, I am not, right? I'm not playing the game like you guys play the game. I know everything about the game, and I know exactly what I would do in this city to make the most amount of money to do all that, right? So that's why I don't play the game like you guys do. So the numbers that I put in here and that I output make sense to me. But you as the players are the ones who are actually doing the activity day in and day out. So when I work on construction, for instance, right, I make sure that everything's working as an order and it's good to go, right? So now I push it out to the players. What the duty for the player is to the duty. What the duty is for the player to do is to make sure that they come out, right? And they go do the construction job. Do it for an hour or two. Come back and go, look, I'm not very happy with how this job paid out. I would like to see, instead of 10 toolboxes, I would like to see 15, or that's what I'm looking for. I'm a numbers person, and you can't
Right.
not tell me what it needs to be to like, I need you to come to me and tell me what the numbers that you as the players want for it to be worth it, because I will never know what is quote unquote worth it for you, right? It's
Right.
just it's up to you guys to tell me, hey, this is what's worth it, Andrew, and I'll do it. Okay.
Copy. Cool. The last two. This one is going to be when are the exclusive cars coming back?
We're hoping to see the first drop by the end of February.
Cool. And they're not going to have to repay for the exclusive cars they paid.
Absolutely not.
Okay, perfect. That's a good question. The last one I have is, God, it was good too.
I will.
Well,
Hold
other
on.
people are saying no.
Have to highlight this comment. I will conduct a crafters meeting to see what the needs to go where. Thank you, Pablo. If you're actually being serious about that, get it going and get me the notes from that meeting. I will have all of the fixes that you send me. If you actually send me a sheet, I will have it implemented within 3 days or under.
All right. The last thing I have is a couple people came up to me about fire department. Is that going to happen? Because they already have SOPs. They have everything written to help the city, and they really want that.
What help would they be doing? We have no fires. We have no need for them.
I don't know. It's something that they want to do.
No, I'm just messing around.
I mean,
We have looked at it. Our biggest thing is we want an active EMS. Now, I know EMS is doing pretty good right now. They are a lot more active than we've ever seen them before. However, the reason that they're so active is because of Kevin and Kevin alone. Kevin, shout out to you, bro. You live in that hospital, okay? But now shout out to the rest of EMS. I know that y'all are out there. I'm just saying, if we had more people in there, and like Kevin, right? Because Kevin is in there all the freaking time. If we had more people in there like that, I'd be more open to going, okay, we have an active EMS. We have no need, or we have no direct dire need for more EMS people. I would be totally down to do a fire department and see what they would do. I don't know what they would do. Spreadable fires kind of seem goofy, and you could be standing in a place and it just catch on fire and you'd be dead. I don't know if players would like that. Sounds like random deathmatch to me, and I don't know. I don't know if people would like it, but it is possible, right? Yeah, fire spread in GTA is ass. It is, but it is. We could do something. It's just it's hard, and I just don't know if it would be a super used system like what we could focus on. So while I would love to see it happen in fruition, happen eventually, I just don't think it's in the direct dire need of the city to have a fire department right now. I just don't really think it'd be used.
I love it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. I
Okay.
know a couple people told me like, hey, the only reason people go to LSC is to tow drive and get the vouchers. That way they can get you know, the the materials they need in order to go and do their shit. The fact that you talked about, rewrite for the mechanic script and all that stuff, I think that's all good. And then we're all going to talk about, of course, the what whatever we need for crafting all that stuff. I'm good with that. Hey guys, hey, thank you so much for the time, Andrew. I
Of
appreciate
course,
that. And
buddy.
then
You always do a
um
really good job covering things, and you
oh
really only spent 30 minutes on there covering all those activities.
oh
I'm okay
good.
with that.
Okay, and then thank you guys. Also, if you guys ever need anything, we have like city meetings as well that we've done. Always hit me up, whatever. We do city meetings, so we do it all, and it's all fun. But I fucking love you guys. You guys, okay, all right. Now I'm
Absolutely, buddy.
awkward. Okay, bye.
We'll see you, buddy. Really quick, I did see you, Walter. Don't worry, ATM for Vineyard is already on my list. I did write it down. I did see it. Thank you for putting that in. Is it possible to get polls working in the city? Polls working in the city. I'm not sure what that means. Um, Oh, stripper poles? Yeah. Of course we can. Once we finish out the VU and the Bahama Mamas, well, we're gonna finish out the VU and then work on Bahama Mamas. But yeah, they'll get done. You'll just be able to third eye them and do a couple dances. Really quick, guys. If Pablo, if you're still in the chat, man, I would really love to see you actually host that crafting meeting. I really think that the city is just confused on how fast we really do fix things. And if we actually had a group of people get together who are crafters and make it where it's not OP, right? Not don't make it easy, but make it where it's a nice medium between where it is now and where it would be OP. Figure out that nice medium info. If you get me those numbers, like, hey, this job is paying XYZ materials right now. We want to keep these materials at this job, but could we get XYZ amount? Or you could say, hey, I really like the materials in this job. Could we also add, scrap metal to this, or could we add rubber to this? If you guys could actually sit down and figure that out yourselves, and you send me that, we'll ship and dip it. Like I said, less than 72 hours. I will have that all completed for you. I don't care how much it is. I will literally sit there in front of the screen all day to fix it. You just get me what is worth it. I want to make sure that what you guys are doing, you guys are grinding every day. You guys are putting in the work to role play here. You guys are gaming here, right? I want to make sure that the times and hours that you're gaming make sense and are worth it for you. Okay. So I don't want things to be a mindless grind and that you guys don't feel that it's worth it. So I want to make sure that it's worth it for you all. So please bring me back what is quote unquote worth it for you. Okay? Let me know. All right. We're gonna go ahead and open up the floor now to the rest of the community. Please, guys, do not repeat anything that was just said. You guys can obviously mention it. I'll put a star next to it, how many times it's mentioned, but I'm just going to write it off and tell you guys, please ask another question, okay? Remember, 5-minute brackets. We're gonna go ahead and start now with Angelo. I'm not gonna try to say the last name. Ishiguro? Hello, Angelo. Can you hear us? Angelo. All right, Angelo. Going 3, 2. All right, buddy. Okay, we're actually gonna start off with Mr. Vert.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Vert. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. 5 minutes are starting now. What's up?
All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I have a notepad file opened up here, and I got to scroll. So I'm just gonna shoot some quick ones that are probably like a yes or no down the line kind of thing.
Fire ahead.
Fake plates.
Yes, they are actually going to come. It's actually part of our rewrite. So I know that would technically be a quote unquote new system to the city, but it's not really that new. It's been there before. We do have a way now in 3.0, the way that we have all of the state bags made for the cars. As long as the car is owned, it will actually keep the inventory in there when you put the fake plate on there, which was the issue that we were coming across. So that will not happen anymore. So we do plan on bringing fake plates. You could see them in this month.
The bags that you can put on people's heads so they can't see around them.
Do you guys like that? Was it used a lot?
It's one of those things for me personally, like once in a while, it's like, all right, like I want to like act this out for the RP.
Right.
But now that they're gone, yeah, it's one of those like once in a while I feel like it's used, but it's fun.
What do you guys think? Should we bring that back? Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, well, the rest of the people in the chat are saying it, so we'll go ahead and we'll bring back head bags. You guys could see that also in February.
The exclusive dealership for necklace holders.
That will be coming out with exclusive cars. Remember in the previous meetings, but I will just go ahead and reiterate it again. It was 30 days ago. I don't remember what I did 3 days ago, so I will reiterate it. So at the end of this month, I plan on releasing our first batch of cars. These are the cars that I have submitted to TabX and 5M, and they have approved my models as being good to go to put on our store. So that's what we have to do now to ensure that our models are good to go and that they accept them. As long as that Tebex is accepting them, that's who is the provider for 5M. Means that we're doing everything that we should do. And until they tell us different, then we'll start changing things. But they have all been approved, the ones that we have already gotten completed. So you will be seeing at the end of this month, our exclusive dealership will open up, and then we're going to be adding cars to our donator dealership all at the same time. So the exclusive and donator dealership will be housed in the same place. One will be just, on the left on a menu, and then one will be, of course, the donator dealership, kind of like we had before, where you'll go in, you'll be able to view the cars and buy them yourself. So both of those dealerships will be there. You'll be able to test drives all the cars. You'll be able to see how they drive before purchase, all that good stuff. We're basically just making sure that it's mainstream, guys. We don't want, my main thing is I don't want someone coming in and spending XYZ amount on a car that they have to wait for. I want them to come in, I want them to buy the car, and I want them to be able to claim it themselves without any interaction between myself and the customer, because I don't believe that you guys should have to wait. I think that you guys should just get your car as soon as you guys pay for it. Let's say it's 12 o'clock in the morning and I'm not up. You guys can just go on the website. You guys can buy your car, and bada boom, bada bing. You get sent a code. You claim the code in city, and bada boom, bada bing. Head to the garage and you'll get your car. So what happened with the people that had the cars? I've already explained it, Crispy. I'll say it again. Guys, it's been talked about the last, like, Crispy, I know that you've heard this. Like, it's been explained the last 4 months. The cars are coming back to you. You don't pay for the car again. There you go. I don't know. We have confirmed this like over 100 times, guys. It's getting a little exhausting. By just please listen. Please listen. But yes, we're good. It's coming, guys. I promise. I'll take good care of you guys. You guys are not going to be disappointed. You guys will get your stuff back. Don't worry about it. Yeah, 100%. The first round of cars that we are bringing back are a lot of the JDM cars. It would make sense to bring back the JDM cars before, like, the super cars and all that stuff. So a lot of the cars that you will see in this drop at the end of this month are going to be more of on the tuner end side, right? Things from LG. We have a couple things from Jester, all that good stuff. So yeah, it'll be cool. With that being said, super sorry about that, Vert. Went on a little tangent there.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 minutes to your time. Actually, I'll give you 3 more. Okay, go ahead.
The next one, this is more of a community kind of thing, and I think it'd just be best to say it here. And you've mentioned this in a meeting before. There's a lot. Well, there's too many people posting about selling or buying illegal items on apps, and it was said before a while ago, and it's just one of those things that I think just should be addressed. Like, not like items from mining and stuff, but like people like selling squirt guns 2K each, stuff like that, where like it's clearly just unrealistic and you could RP it out without having to go on Birdie or Yellow Pages. Laundry, that's a good example. And I put something in the idea builder about just working on dark chat a little bit to add some features so that's where it could be used. Because right now I have not heard of a single person using dark chat.
Sure. Yeah. No. And we actually mentioned this last community meeting too. If you don't remember, we mentioned, hey guys, why is no one using the Yellow Pages app? It's literally meant for businesses to be like, we're hiring, or hey, this is what we have for sale. Like, that should be like a network for people to go to, like, get stuff from legal businesses, right? Not squirt guns for 2K or anything like that. Also on Twitter, cringe as well. I agree with you 100% completely. Here's my pitch for you, right? We'll always work on the phone, right? So let me know what implementations you think to dark chat would be better. We can look into adding them. My thing is, it's not going to stop people from being idiots. People who do idiotic things like that, or sorry, I shouldn't say idiotic, because no one's idiotic. No one's an actual physical idiot for posting on Twitter. It's not good role play. It wouldn't be considered great role play to do that. There's a phone app literally called Dark Chat. Maybe instead of typing on Twitter, do the same typing just on a different app that makes sense, right? So I would definitely encourage the entire player base that is listening right now, and tell all of your friends as well. We should start using the Dark Chat app. And to be honest, again, I'm always here to help me, all right, and have me help you, right? So I will just throw this out there. You don't want to see like things get implemented where like we just start okaying raids based on your tweets. Please don't make us go into that. That would just be so dumb to get raided over you being ignorant and not using a dark chat app. That's just stupid. So please use dark chat. Please start utilizing it. And then, of course, we can start making implementations. You should put in an idea builder so I can track those. And unless you have stuff for me right away, I can always try to write it down. I just don't know if it would happen this month or not. But absolutely, we're always going to be expanding the phone. So let us know what you think we can add to it, and we can definitely look at it.
Okay. Yeah, no, and yeah, I got one
Great
idea
reminder,
builder now just for like a few quick things with it.
Okay.
But and then aside, I got a bunch of small stuff here. I know it's gonna get brought up, and I know you touched on it a little bit like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
But new mech shop is that like in the works, or do you not want to say, or a flat no?
Yeah, definitely. You know what? I'll just go ahead and confirm it right now. We are opening up 2 more mech shops. One's going to be in Sandy and one will be in Polito, is what we're shooting for. The one in Polito, it is open to possibly move somewhere further east or maybe somewhere in the city. The thing about the city is that there truly does not need to be, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just one mechanic shop is pretty much good for the entire city. There really doesn't need to be that. However, we are open to adding more, especially with how the current system is going to work. You guys will see it all in the in-depth video breakdown on how in-depth this is. So that's why we're opening more shops, because truly now it's not going to be about having some goofball who just wants the mechanic shop for the vouchers. It's not going to be about that anymore. If you want to own a mechanic shop, it's because you want to sit there and grind on cars. That's what you want a mechanic shop for. You're not going to want to own a mechanic shop in this age if you just are there for the money and the tickets, right? Because it's not there anymore. It's not a job that drops material anymore. It's a job that is meant to be a whitelisted job, focus on doing the activity instead of grinding materials. So it is going to be one of those things where you're going to either switch up and go to a different profession because you like grinding material, or you're going to stay a mechanic because you like working on cars. But regardless, we are open to more mechanic shops just due to the fact that they are basically player ran and centric, which means that when you start up your mechanic shop, you won't actually have anything in it. Like right now, let's say Vert, me and you meet up and you said, hey, I want to open up this mechanic shop. It's this and that. We go out there. We say, yeah, sure, we can do it. Okay. We're going to go ahead and there's your timer really quick, but I'll finish out my statement before I end here. You will basically, I'll come out there. You'll get sold a mechanic shop, and now you have to do everything for it. So that means that like, you're not going to be able to sell paints. You're not going to be able to sell car upgrades, nothing until you open your shop and you add that to your shop. So like, not all shops will do the same thing. Not all shops will be able to work on cars and bikes. It's very in depth. We basically took everyone's feedback and put it into one script under the same roof and took out materials from it. So it's pretty fun, and I think that the players are going to love it who do end up sticking with it. It's going to be a pretty fun time. So it'll be awesome.
No, I like that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. But what I will do is I will put you back out in the audience. If you do have more stuff, just re-raise that hand, okay?
No problem.
All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. Let's just hop right into the next one. Angel Messina MF.
Hello. Let me see. I got the previous guy actually listed some of the stuff that I had there, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's all right.
Let me see So the money wash things. Did someone mention the money wash? Like about what's going on in that nice little barn house thing?
I already actually have notes on the money wash. I've had a couple of videos that have been submitted to us, and we are aware of some of the issues going on in money wash for some people. Don't get me wrong, it's not happening to everyone and not at certain times. I think what's happening is that when multiple people are in there, it's getting confused. So I don't want to say too much about our money laundering process. However, I will leave you with this. We are kind of like what I just said about the mechanic shops. I think we're going to go a different route with our money wash. I think what we have done, so this was while I was working on mechanic shops, these issues were coming in on the money wash. And I started to think about how cool it would be to kind of like what we're doing with the mechanic shops, right? You're gonna go, you'll be able to buy it, and then you have to stock everything in your thing. You have to basically unlock everything in your shop to be able to sell everything. With that, I thought it would be really cool to introduce that into money laundering, where you would physically go out, you would buy a location, you would own that money wash, and then you would have to provide, the paper, you'd have to get the machinery in there, you'd have to do all that before you could money wash. But then once you have all that, you could start money washing at a higher rate, you could start money washing for people, or people could start working for your money wash. So I have been thinking about a lot of things about Money Wash, and I think it could definitely happen within this month, even just because I have all of the infrastructure already made in the mechanics. So I could basically take the infrastructure right there and I could put it into there where you could basically buy that shop, you're gonna supply the shop, and then you'll be able to wash your money instead of going through this little process that we have right now. I like the process that we have right now. I just don't think it's very in depth, and it feels very 2.0, and I feel like it needs a revamp. So I think that would be the route that we're going to go. And like I said, we have a lot coming this month, but we could see that by this month. I'm not 100% sure, but it could happen. What's your next one?
Let me see here. So I myself, like, I haven't gone to year 9, but I'm year 8, and so it is like about the houses.
House robbery.
Like just right. So like I'm year 8. I get like maybe a couple, maybe out of like 6, 7 houses, I'll get like 3 nicer phones. So I guess like the nicer phone thing is just like still kind of big for me, especially in year 8. I mean, because people who are like year 1 through 6, even maybe like 5, it starts slowing down. I mean, once you get past year 5 or even past year 6, I get like a bunch of joints, a bunch of bandages and knives. I think I had like 20 knives. I had to start dropping them. Don't need that many switchblades, but it was, and I'm not seeing like the circuits anymore. Even circuits, I wouldn't even mind getting maybe those a little bit again, because sooner or later it's just gonna be that electrician job thing. But I would say that like the nicer phone drops, or like just maybe removing the bandages, only because like I really don't think I would like take bandages if I was robbing a house, if you know what I mean. Or I don't know, maybe you've been looking at this stuff already.
Yeah, definitely. We have been, but what I will say is this: if Pablo actually does do that crafting thing, you should definitely attend that and tell him what should be in the house robberies, and he'll include that in his sheet that he sends to me. And then on top of that, what I will do is I am planning on already looking into this script at the higher levels, because at the beginning levels, I'm hearing that it's all right, it's the intro to house robbing, but as you progress, you should get rid of the junk loot and you should only get fire loot. So I will go ahead and I am going to look into that. I have noted right here house robberies for higher levels, try to increase what the loot drops are dropping. So that's what I have for that. But also I do have a couple other things that I know have been reported to us that we're going to take a look at just to ensure that everything is working solidly. I do have also a couple of updates that are already queued up for that I just need to put the bow on and ship and dip it to the live. So you'll see that for sure in the month of February as well. House robberies touch up.
All right, cool. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess I can be into that meeting there, only because because that was one thing that I was gonna mention until noticing that Pablo was volunteering to do that meeting there. I don't know what you would put in like year 4 of hacking, but there's nothing to craft there. I guess it's not like too much of a big deal if there is something there, but there's nothing new to craft at year 4. I guess is just a honorable mention, but okay. I guess you mentioned that there's going to be some new tuning or a different tuning system. We're talking about containers, the money wash fake place. The guy mentioned it. The lab XP for drugs.
Yep, that's going to be one of the first things. So if you heard at the beginning of this meeting,
someone got it. My bad.
Well, I don't think they actually did, but at the beginning of this meeting, I had mentioned that we're going to be finishing up some stuff that was supposed to be done by this meeting. The only thing that we really didn't get knocked out that we had promised that we would get done by this meeting was the XP in the labs, and that's going to be the first thing that I start doing. So I will have that done. Hopefully within the first 3 to 5 days of February, we'll see XP in the labs. I promise.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. What else here? Is there so regarding the boosting? I don't know what my
Your
time is
5 minutes
at.
is
But
well over.
all right, yeah.
So if you
Okay,
want
there
to
we go.
just re-raise that hand, all right, buddy?
Yeah, that's fine. All right,
Oh, man.
appreciate it.
Not a problem. Sorry, guys. We're just trying to stay on track. There's a lot of you to get through. Wisdom, you're up.
Hello, hello.
What's going on, buddy? Your 5 minutes are starting.
Not much. I got a couple things. About racing. Maybe something that could be looked at is the phasing, because it's kind of like weird seeing like invisible cars flying around and driving through other cars. Is it possible to set it so it's like the hardest when I ran a lot of races in 2.0, the hardest part of the races is like the first minute, like the first couple corners, people banging into each other before there was phasing. Is there any way to set it so it's a timer during the race where after a minute phasing stops so that you can actually race like realistically?
Sure. So phasing lasts 1 minute. Okay, I have that down. Racing, phasing turned down to 1 minute and adjust so it drops off on client. All
Good.
right, I got it.
Could be an option, but also like for cops, like how are you gonna chase an invisible car that's kind of just,
Absolutely, 100%. No, I totally agree with that. I like that idea. We'll definitely get it on a minute.
um or maybe it's something that could be scalable because some tracks are different. My second thing is animation killing. It's kind of annoying. Like the pistol whipping, stabbing animations could be different. But basically, the pistol whipping and taser whipping. Is there any way that could like be not a thing? Is it just one hits you right now?
Um,
And you can do it very quickly. Like you can like pull a gun, instant pistol whip, and put it away before you even see a gun. Like there's some stuff that can be done with that that's like super powerful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could look at them. We're already in the month of February. We do plan on sitting down 1 or 2 days and honing in on weapon metas. So we could always just turn it down then. But I'm trying to think if I want to keep it or not. I'll talk with management and just to make sure there's no reason that we need it. And then I'll go from there. But I don't know. I feel like
I don't mind,
you're
like-
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know how I feel about that one. So that one's gonna be one I pass to staff.
Okay, like I mean, it'd be cool if like it did like actual weapon damage, not just a one hit. So like it did
Sure.
the same damage as like a brass knuckles or something, because you're actually hitting them with like a weapon, right?
Okay, yeah, maybe where it's like 3 hits or something like that. Okay. We could look at it. We'll definitely look at it. I'll pass that one to management in our next meeting.
And then this one is for crafting. The use of like wrenches and screwdrivers and all that stuff is good. Is there any way to, because like what's in a toolkit? Wrenches and screwdrivers and stuff. Is there any way we could like phase out one of those things? Like phase out toolkits? Because like, nuts and bolts will be in the toolkit, all that stuff.
Sure. The biggest thing that I would say again, I know I'm relying a lot if Pablo actually does do this crafting meeting like he said. If he actually does that, it's going to be great because then I would tell you to go to that meeting as well, and
Yep.
I would say, hey, could you include that in there as well? I think that if there's anything that needs to be adjusted as far as hey, we need more or less of this and that, then you should bring it to that meeting with Pablo and have him write that all down because I'm sure you crafters would agree. And I think I even said this last meeting, but still no one has gotten it to me. Where like I asked like last one, people were like, could we get more? Could we get more toolkits? And I go, have you guys ever thought about just asking to take some toolkits out of the crafting recipes? And everyone, you could see like the light bulb go off in the chat. So if that is a thing, I would highly recommend bringing that to that meeting. That'd be a big meeting. I know, right? It is a really crucial meeting, guys. I would really love if that actually happened and I had something in hand. It would be amazing. So let's see if it does.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
All right, buddy. Well, I do appreciate your wisdom. Again, make sure Pablo gets that crafting meeting done, dude.
Yeah, I will definitely be attending that. All right, thank you.
All right, buddy. Okay, we have now next Mr. or Mrs. Venus Sterling. Venus? Mike could be muted. Venus Sterling, are you there? No way, another A.
Hello?
Okay,
Sorry.
there you are, Venus. What's going on?
Hi, so I want to start off by saying that I'm pretty new. I've only been here for a couple weeks, few weeks. And I've had a really good time. Most of the people that I've come in contact with have made my experience here like really good. Um, but I just something that I noticed was the really bad lack of clothing for women. Um, and it kind of like hurts our ability to be immersive to our particular character. Um, and it's just, yeah, it was something that you did bring up in the announcements, but it wasn't something you really touched on your February updates when you did recently. And I just want to know, like, where are you guys prioritizing that? Because like, there are a lot of really great ladies that come in and spend a lot of time in the city, but they don't get to kind of express their character through their clothing. All of the girls kind of look the same, and if you have a certain aesthetic, well, you only have a couple of options, and a lot of the time there's just not a lot of combinations, and like you're stuck wearing the same outfit for a week, and it's kind of demotivating.
Sure, absolutely. With you being fresh to Rogue still, I'll kind of give you the little lay of the land. So we just released our 3.0 back on December 15th, I believe. When we released our 3.0, we wiped all assets, and it's complete. They were all gone. So men and women started off with zero clothing. Now we're doing bi-weekly clothing drops. So if you look past in our update log, we release I think 2 or 3 updates this month in February. So we actually did more than what we promised. And then in February, of course, that's going to be something that we really focus on is just women's clothing. So like men are already pretty much good to go. I like what they have, and I'm pretty good with where it's at right now for men. So in February, the only thing we're releasing on our clothing updates will be like, I'm talking bone dry, less than 5% will be for men, 95% will be for women. So it will be there. No, you guys are not getting 1K items, but you will get a very healthy amount of options back. We're just ensuring that not only we have the best quality models that aren't laggy, that aren't buggy, that look good, but also on top of that, we want to make sure that they're optimized. So that's what we care. Now, don't get me wrong, all about personalization and expressing yourself. I'm all for that. The biggest thing I'm here for is to make sure that your experience is optimized, not laggy, and is as best written as possible. And the only way that we can do it and to ensure that quality is to do it like we're doing. So while it is a pain in the ass to have to wait for those items, you get the excitement for having those clothing drops happen, every week and a half to 2 weeks. And you get new clothing all the time. So you will be getting a lot of clothing. I promise that. And I did already see that you had the RF tag, which is fantastic. I was about to tell you to get that. If you have any clothing options that you'd like to see, make sure to use the RF channels for women, because women have their own channels where they can submit where your clothing are. So if you have any options, make sure to post them and make sure people vote on them. Because if people don't vote for them, we don't add them. We're not going to add something. We're not going to add something that only 3 people want, right? So if just as long as that gets 10, 15 upvotes from the women, we're okay adding it, because we know at least 10, 15 women will wear it, that they like the style, and that they're the ones who voted for it. So does that make sense?
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate you for going more into depth. And like
Absolutely,
again,
Venus.
I'm enjoying the city. Thank you.
Good. Hey, we enjoy having you. We're glad that you're enjoying it, even without that clothing drip. And you're going to like it even more with the clothing drip that comes, all right?
Thank you.
Not a problem. All right. Next, we have Millie. Millie went out rock. Hide it in my sock. Selling that re-rock. All right,
Hey.
Millie. I got your timer started. What is going on?
Okay, so I know Stud brought up hunting, but he missed one part, and that is the leveling. Sorry, excuse me.
What about you? Just get done running, girl?
Yeah, I just got home, so I had to like run inside.
The whole house.
Yeah, I did. So the leveling, sometimes it like knocks down. Like you'll be level 2, and it'll put you down like almost halfway of level 1.
Yeah, great, great bring
Um,
up. So I will actually explain this, okay? So the way that the system works, okay, is it's built optimized, but there is a flaw in it, and I'm trying to figure out how to avoid this flaw. Basically, what's happening is this: you will go hunting, you will then either get booted by the server. You either leave the server without ending the job, or tsunami hits. Okay, one of those three things is happening during your reset of your level. I can guarantee you it, because we have tested this thoroughly, like time and time again. And what happens is that when I tested it, I was hunting and I just let the storm kick me without me actually returning back to the shop, and of course I lost my XP. Then I tried it again by ending it, but just still letting the server kick me, and it re-rolled back again. So there's not an event that's built in through 5M that says, hey, when the server shuts down and we force kick people, let's put them not into a state of disconnect, but let's do XYZ. 5M doesn't have that logic built in, and unfortunately, I can't build that logic in for 5M. And so we can only use the natives that they have made that they give us. But so what's ended up happening is that you'll disconnect forcefully and not by yourself, and then it will lose the XP. My
okay.
my request is that everyone who is hunting, that does want to hunt, just please make sure that you end the job and that you just fly out. That's all you have to do to get your XP and make sure that your XP is there. It doesn't pull all of your XP until you are done and fly out. So upon disconnecting, it saves your information. If you don't save your information though by disconnecting, it could roll back. That's why some people even sometimes have like reported like, oh, I got disconnected by the server because a tsunami was happening and it rolled back 5 minutes and I'm in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, well, yes, that's why that big orange message that pings to you, and then we start deafening thunder. We black out the city and we tell you for 5 minutes to disconnect from the server, and people still don't. And then they open up tickets saying, why is my stuff gone? And we have to
Yeah.
explain to them that, you didn't listen to what the big orange messages were telling you.
Yeah.
So
All right.
hopefully that makes sense. But yes, I am looking
yeah.
in a way where I can help the disconnecting process.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if like if you go, I don't think it matters if you go down, like, because people get killed up there all the time, or will go down up there all the time with those cougars. Yeah, they're crazy. So I don't know if that affects it or not, but so I don't know if like going to the eclipse affects that as well. I haven't
will
tested
definitely
it
test that.
because
I'll test that.
Okay,
That's a super
yeah.
easy test. So I'll go
Okay, cool.
hunting. I'll kill myself. I'll go to Eclipse, and then I'll have a server restart happen, and I'll see if it happens. Absolutely. Anything
Okay,
that
cool.
we can test to fix your guys' bugs is more better for us. So always try to get as much information, like, hey, I was doing this at this time, because those type of bugs, it clearly isn't happening all the time. So it's clearly happening only on a certain action that's happening that we just don't know what it is yet. And so any information from you players will help me in getting that patched for you.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing, lumber. I know there's a lot of like with the tractors, they're really easy to damage, and then it takes forever to find the spot to patch kit them. It is able to be done. Some people say it's not, but it definitely is. I've done it. Is there any way we could fix that to where it's a little bit easier to find the patch spot? It's the same on the semi trailers. It's really hard to patch those. It's also really hard to repair the Bearcat, the PD Bearcat. I remember that. I mean, it's always kind of been like that. So I don't know if there's a way we could make it to where it's a little bit easier to patch those or fix those things so that we're not wasting a lot of time up there. For everybody, like everybody's not wasting their time. Like, I mean, we work it out. We were like, oh yeah, we just got to get this spot. We have to like climb up, but it would just be nice for those people.
Sure, absolutely. Okay. We can. So, listen. I have a love-hate relationship with this lumber yard, right? I got
Yeah.
little G to stop bugging me about it, and he said that it was all good to go and yada yada yada. And so I was super pumped. And then I keep hearing other people say that there's still bugs in it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie,
there are.
I don't know if lumber will stay very much longer. We're having a lot of issues with it, and we're wasting a lot of time and resources on trying to fix the other developers' mistakes on this script. And I just don't know if it's worth me putting in a bunch of time to fix this thing. I don't know. It just might be one of those things where we just get rid of and replace it with another job or something like that.
Yeah. One more thing somebody brought up to me. They want to know if PD cars are going to get like a durability boost compared to like the Civ cars, because I guess they said that the PD cars don't take as much damage as the Civ, or they take more damage than Civ cars do. I don't know. That's somebody
Yeah, I mean,
brought that up to me.
We'll always be focusing on cars, and so if I think Samito, I think he's said that some of the cars are really strong or something like that. We'll take a look at them. At the end of the day, they are police cars. They're built reinforced. They're built better than your factory made cars anyway. It's not too far off, but they shouldn't be indestructible. But I don't think that they are indestructible, because I've seen a bunch of cops have to get out of chases to repair.
Yeah.
But then again, it's something that we'll always take a look at. So I did write down here to look, just to make sure that all damages are at least fair. They don't not make sense.
Yeah.
So
I think
we'll
they
make
were
sure that we
saying like
balance
PD cars be better. How, like, you know what I mean? PD cars be able to take a little bit more. I think that's what they were asking.
that. Oh, to take more damage?
I don't
Like to be able to take more
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue.
certain ones. Okay.
If
that's just
you probably got it
somebody
the wrong
brought it
way.
up,
It's probably criminals talking about make their cars stronger, if anything.
Yeah, I was about to say that the cop cars I've heard are kind of strong. That's why I said that I was going to balance their damages. They should not have any problems with their cars, but I will work with Samito to ensure that we don't have any reports of them braking too fast. But I think that they're not braking fast enough.
Okay. Yeah. One more. Yellow Jack. Is there any way we can get the fountain machine working there and an ATM there? Because people come in and they're like, "Oh, you have an ATM?" No, we don't. So.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yellow Jack needs a ATM and a water fountain. You said.
Like the fountain machine for drinks. We have to go. We still have to go to the convenience store to get. Yeah. Pop. Sorry.
No. You're good. That you threw me off right there. But yes. Okay. Pop machine. Yes, I got you. All right. Thank you, Millie.
I think that's it. Yep.
Don't sell that rock. Okay. Marcella. I don't know how to say it, but Guffy Sue. I do know that one.
Okay, let's see. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, what's going on, Guffy?
Hello. All right, so a few things, just really quick. I love the farming job. I would absolutely love it if we could add a dairy farm aspect to that as well, because we already have the cows there. Why not have to feed the cows, milk the cows, slaughter the cows? That would be the first suggestion that I had thought of. The second idea that I see is not only in Yellow Jack, but in like OTH as well. Sometimes you have like these bar stools that you cannot sit in, and they're constantly in the way or getting like tipped over, If those could be like removed or able to be picked up and placed or stored somewhere, so just not constantly being like knocked over, that would be great,
Your bar stools should never move. They
move.
Are static objects. They're non-static. They have a collision on them that can't move.
Okay.
Your bar stools are moving?
In Yellow Jack, they move all the time. Yeah. You bump
in
those.
Yellow Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was talking about OTH. Just because I know isn't that where you're from? OTH?
Yep, I'm from
Okay.
OTH, and Marsala, she is with Yellow Jack.
Okay. I'll take a look at yellow jacks because I can just add a collision on them that'll make them non-static. They should never move because what we're doing is we're making it where eventually those bar stools will actually be able to be seated, which is pretty unique. You don't see that a lot of places, but we will make them actually seatable. So like you'll actually be able to sit on a bar stool.
Nice, yeah.
And I'll actually get that noted down. Bar stools for that too. Okay.
The third thing was I have an idea. I'm not sure how it would be implemented or not. I have an idea of maybe like, what's the word? I'm not sure how to put it, but basically, you could be like a gas store attendant, and you wouldn't get like a huge paycheck, even just like the basics for like farming or whatever, so much per hour. But you could actually just be at the gas station. If people come in, they'd actually have somebody to interact with. The other night, I was at a gas station as Marsala, and I just went around cleaning people's cars for free because I was basically like role playing that out. And it made me think, oh, that would be interesting. That, and also add maybe like a bank teller aspect where you actually have people who work at the bank, especially the main bank where you have to get like the paycheck from. If people want to speak to people about getting like a loan, you could implement that as well. That's a thought too. Just to add more possibilities and more job options for different people. Because, I mean, I'm not like affiliated with any particular gang, but I am all about the Civ roleplay. And I'm a very firm believer that if the Civs don't have a lot of things to do and a lot of people to interact with, it can get dull pretty quick. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So with the gas station one, that would probably more fit into our when we introduce ownable shops. So we are
Okay.
working in the background on a system where you like almost every single shop will be ownable. Gun stores, barber shops, you name it, you'll be able to own it. And you'll just be able to go buy it, right? It's just gonna be a set price. You can go in and buy it, and whatever you do with it, it's up to you to do. But in hindsight 2020, I don't know when it'll be done. But you
Yeah.
could absolutely have someone do that at your ownable gas station. As far as the bank teller, I won't lie. I just don't see a need for it. I don't think anyone would actually go in there. We're not interested in giving loans. So I would say no to the bank teller, yes to the rest of it.
No problem. And
They're
then
cool ideas.
thank you. The other thing I had thought of is, what's the word? I kind of mentioned this the last time, but the idea that I have is if I want to be like a news reporter with like making videos and stuff, I'm talking like a news reporter who, I mean, I would even just like make it like a YouTube video, an actual edit with like interviews with people and stuff like that. Would that be all right? I'm not sure like a guideline for that.
Absolutely. Any type of RP that goes above and beyond is always welcome. That sounds like a lot of work in general. So kudos for you to even think about trying to do something like that. But yeah, if you did that, that'd be awesome. And I mean, dude, we could do whatever you want with that. I mean, we
Okay.
could put it on the televisions. We could make it do something.
Gotcha. And the last thing that I had a question about was I have ideas for different like events, but I've actually never like hosted an event. So I didn't know like who to talk to or just like
Great
RP
question.
it out about just getting something going with that.
Yeah, great question. So we always say that if you need any help on any type of event, you can always feel free to open up a community ticket where one of our staff members will help you and point you in the right direction of anything that you're trying to host. For instance, a lot of people, when they're trying to host an event, they get the event made, they get a flyer made, they get a little description made, and then they send it into a community ticket where we then post it in the top left corner for the entire Discord to be notified when this event is happening.
Oh,
And they
okay.
get RSVP to it and all that. So if you look up in the top left, you can see that there's an event happening right now. Outdoor Traveler presents the birthday hoedown. So we would make it like one of those where everyone would be notified about it, everyone's knows, And then anything that you need from the government, you would obviously need to let us know a good time in advance. One example is like OTH is wanting to do this like little stunt show with Western where they put some ramps out in front of OTH, block off the traffic, et cetera, et cetera. We're willing to do that, but it's going to take time. I have to go in there. We have to map it out. We have to add everything. Then we have to activate it for one night and deactivate it the next. So it does take some time, it takes some coordination, but absolutely, we're all down for the role play. Like I said, I don't get to play much of my own game, but I always like to see those types of things, and so I'm always willing to go above and beyond for you guys to have a good night and to be able to see something like that on stream would be killer. So absolutely, let us know if there's anything that we can help you out with, and we're always here for it.
Okay, great. That was
Awesome.
everything then. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Guffy. You have a wonderful night, all right?
You too.
That one did go over a little bit more than 5 minutes. The Coffin, 901.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Coff?
I only have really one, I guess, question. It's about the modification of vehicles. Something that just gets me is how everything costs the same, regardless of your vehicle. So, I can have my $400,000 car and my motorcycle, and it costs the same to put a turbo on that. Same if you have Rogue Starter or something, it still costs, $15,600 for armor.
Sure thing. Yeah, you will see a major difference in that in the next couple days.
So that's changing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really my only question.
Okay, awesome, buddy. Well, it's already done, so we'll see.
Right, perfect. There you go.
Done.
Appreciate it.
Not a problem, buddy. Okay. That one was easy. Holy smokes. He spent 30 seconds of his 5 minutes. Claudia, CC. I can't read the rest of the name.
Seraphim.
Hello.
Hello.
5 minutes is starting. What's going on?
Yes. So, just want to say I'm loving 3.0, by the way. First thing is with your quality of life updates. I know you guys are focusing on that. I'm just wondering if the furniture scuffing is part of that list.
Furniture scuffing, yes. So I was literally just talking to Samito about this today. We're again, we can fix any problem that gets sent to us. We have to know how to recreate it every single time, right? Mm-hmm. Something is happening during certain actions of certain people laying down certain pieces of furniture. We just don't know what's happening during that time to make it do that. Every single piece of furniture I've ever laid down, it's there, it's consistent, and I have no video or recreation evidence that goes, hey, if you do this and this and this, it's going to make that furniture not show up in your house. If I could get something like that, I'm able to fix it. But until I can track down what is happening in that background, I won't be able to fix it. It's one of those things. Like I said, I have well over 85 objects in a house, and every single object, 85 objects are showing up every time, all the time. Including these couches that other people have reported, including fruit bowls that people have reported. We've gotten a little mix of everything, and right. I just don't know. I just don't know what the issue is, and until I get it tracked, we're going to continue to have that issue. Now, don't get me wrong, February, we're going to be spending a ton of time making sure that we're doing quality of life stuff. We're not bringing in any new systems. So we could sit down with it for, a day or two. It's exhausting to work on something when you don't know what's wrong with it and you have nothing to work off of what the bug could be. So there's really no point in me doing anything until we get that.
Right. And the thing is, so most of us, of course, we're not on the dev end like you are. We don't know what we don't know. Right. So when we go and put the couch down, we don't know that standing a certain way is going to make this thing happen. Or when you do this thing, this is what's going to happen. We don't know it until it happens. And then we don't know what it is that we're doing that made this thing happen. So that's kind of, but I understand, I understand that.
Absolutely.
Can somebody at least delete the damn thing? I hate this couch. I'm just kidding. No, I do hate that it's just sunk in the floor. I understand as far as not knowing what caused that thing to happen, but if it can just be gone,
Yes.
That's all
Now
that's all
that
I really want right now.
That I am working on. So I'm working on a tool where what we're gonna do is that, let's say that you have a piece of furniture that is doing that. You'll open up a ticket. You'll say, "Hey, I have this ghost furniture in here." We'll set up a time where one of the management members will go out to you. They're gonna copy the cords of that couch, and then we're going to set that into the database to be deleted. So we'll physically delete it out of the database, and it'll be gone. If it still shows up then, it's a magical item that has no coordinates to be placed. It would blow my mind if it happened, but I don't think it will. So
Right.
once I know that we can delete an object out of your house through the database, and I know how to, I know for sure it's working, I will then make an announcement to say, "Hey, if you have any ghost furniture, open up a ticket. We'll get it deleted, over Tsunami."
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Absolutely. Great
Uh,
great bring up, because I'm shocked that we've gone 2 hours and no one's brought that up.
I'm sitting here staring at mine right now because I want to have people over. I like to have people over to the house and do things. But
Absolutely.
other thing is mostly this is one question: EMS clothing like scrubs and things like that. I know there's clothing drops coming, but I was just hoping we could get some EMS uniforms like our doctors,
That's why I said
jackets
there
and things
is
like that.
still going to be 5 to 6% coming for men, because we do plan on bringing the EMS outfits back, plus the doctor lab coat and
Awesome.
the scrubs. So we are going to bring those back, and then on top of that, we're bringing back the prison outfits. I know some of the women and men have been commenting on their prison outfit, which is a lovely outfit, by the way. We will be fixing that to get that fixed as well. You can expect to have that probably. You know what? I'm gonna fast track that one, just because that's something that's just so annoying that I can't believe slipped our fingers. I'll get that pushed out tomorrow morning by 12 p.m.
Oh, thank you. And then the last thing, I'm trying to hurry because I know I only got 5 minutes. Just kind of a PSA for EMS or EMS PSA to the community. If you do 311, so there are 2 different ways that you can call or let EMS know that you've gone down, either by flexing your G muscle when that prompt comes up, or by doing 311. They will send us a notification letting us know that you need our help. If you just flex your G muscle, we get a general kind of proximity of where you are. We cannot respond to you. That's what we can't respond to. That is the 52. That is the flexing your G muscle. If you do 311, it gives us a precise location of where you are, and you can send a message and we can respond to you. If you do flex your G and we head out to you, and then you decide to send a 311, we can't respond to you because we're driving. If there's more than one of us, someone standing back at the hospital, we do it all the time. "Hey, I'm on my way there. Can you please respond to that?" We will say to you, "Hey, EMS en route." It appears in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. The message drop down will say EMS is en route. That's where you can see that response. But if there's not anyone that can respond once we've already gone out and left, we're not going to pull over on the side of the road, take out our MDW and text you. We're just going to show up. So we're not ignoring you. Also, just to clarify, 311 does not give you priority over someone else. They're both just letting us know that you've gone down. So if someone flexes G and then 2 minutes later you do 311, we're not going to stop and come to you because someone else did flex G. Just to clarify, because someone thought that was the case.
Absolutely. Preach it. Preach it, preach it, preach it. What I'm going to do for you, too, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a little thing and the death screen that lets your players know that /311 is the thing, okay?
Yeah, we definitely prefer 311. It gives a better location sometimes, so. Especially if you've crawled away from your spot.
See, that is the bad thing about crawling. And to be honest, it's just the bad thing about people just not staying in place when they go down and getting picked up. But I get why they're doing it.
Yeah.
No patience whatsoever. But I get it. All right, Claudia, you're well over your 5 minutes. Thank you for your PSA, though.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Alice Mesmer. I'm probably roasting it. My bad.
No, it's okay. It's Mesmer. You're 100% correct.
Awesome. What's going on, Alice?
So, this is an update to wine stuff that I wanted to bring up that might make it more useful, because I think the people up there are doing a really good job with RP, and it's a great place in the city, and I'd like to see a little bit more people using it. So two of the things are quality of life, and then one is like a possible feature thing in March when you're done with your operation health thing. So for like things that I think might be a problem that might need to be changed, when multiple people are doing grape gathering, there is a timer of when they respond. It would be nice to either have that be a player-based respawn or have more slots, because if you have more than 4 people doing it, it just becomes kind of miserable with finding bushels. The second thing, it'd be nice to have 2 categories of wine jobs. One that's like how it runs right now, where it's like an Instacart type, I'm doing 3 or 4 at a time. And then if you think it would be useful, which I think it would, have a second CDL required job where you could do like a bulk order, like 30 or more of each, and instead of being a bison or a personal vehicle, you use a rented van or something to deliver it. And then the third and final thing, and this is to give it more appeal to criminals to actually do the job. It would be nice to have a way to also get seeds out of it and have grapeseed oil that you can press and then have like some sort of crafting thing.
That's funny. Jorge, they're going eco on us right here, bud. Yeah, 100%. Now, we as management have been playing a game in our spare time where, just to unwind and play something else besides sitting here mindlessly every single day coding. We do take some times and breaks, and we've actually been playing this game where we've been talking about, like, I think we're going to add a lot of this stuff into Rogue, like about like the gathering of items and seeds and just some miscellaneous stuff. So love the idea. It could definitely be brought to fruition. Here's my pitch, right? Well, I would love to add, the bulk order thing. I'd love to add the seed thing and stuff like that. My biggest thing is I would rather those guys, whoever is out there trying to RP out there, I would like to work with them more directly to see what we could do to just get it to be a player ran thing. I don't like that it's a public job. The vineyard, in my opinion, was always supposed to be like a public job that's whitelisted, basically. So it's it has all like the public job vibes, but there's players up there, and the guys who have been up there running it, from what I've heard, is pretty funny and good. And I've heard that they're doing an amazing job out there. So I'd love to see if we can work more one-on-one with them to see, what we could do and stuff like that. I've heard a lot of good RP recognition around it and stuff like that. It's always been a passion of mine. And our actual like alpha release at 32 slots and stuff like that, we actually had a guy who was running it, and I really enjoyed having someone out there that it's like a multiple. What in the world is that? Oh my gosh, that was my phone. My apologies. I've been wanting ever since our alpha. I like the idea of having someone up there because not only can it be a job, it can also be a way of interacting with other businesses by going to sell the wine to other business owners. And then on top of that too, there's another layer of it, right? It's a vineyard. It's romantic. It could be like a nice little place for RP couples to come and pick grapes together, make their own wine, and do that side of role play. There's so many outlets that the vineyard can offer inside of roleplay, and I'd love to have it be a player-owned thing. So if you know the owner of that place or anything like that, tell them to drop a community ticket and just say, hey, Andrew said in the community meeting he was looking to talk to someone about the vineyard. We're the guys who have been doing it. We'll go ahead and move you guys into our business section where we can maybe talk a little bit closer and see what we can do. Don't get me wrong. Is it going to be something that happens right away? Absolutely not. But it's something that we could, over time, continuously add. We could get it to be a job, a society fund, hire, fire, all that good stuff. We can make it still a thing. Just we would add to it over time. But I think that would be pretty cool. And Pablo, I've already talked about player-owned ammunition gas stations today. We've already confirmed that it's going to be a thing in the future. But absolutely, buddy. Does that answer your question? Alice? Hello? You're speaking? Is my headset? Hey.
No, I don't hear
Nah,
you.
you're good, bro.
Yo, dude, I literally thought I was having a stroke. I was like, dude, what's going on?
You might be.
Oh, her mic broke? Okay. If I'm bro, it's all good. Okay. Hopefully I answered your questions there, Alice. If you do figure out whatever you were doing with that mic, let us know. Super sorry about that, but hopefully I answered that question good enough about the vineyard. Please have someone reach out, and we'll definitely take your thoughts when we're talking with them as well about it. Davey, Chris Jones, Exiled Soul.
How's it going?
How's it going, Davey? 5 minutes is starting. What's going on?
All right. So I just had a couple things. I just wanted to recap everything and run through it real quick. So the first one would be if you know my character, I work at Bahama Mamas. I do wine. I do kind of all those local jobs to interact with as many people as I possibly can.
Heck yeah.
The biggest thing with Bahama Mamas I notice is we don't have locks on our doors yet. Is that gonna be
I can
sooner
do it
than
right now.
later?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll send a manager. Do you have a player in the city that can speak with one of my management members while I'm doing the community meeting?
Possibly. Maybe Honey might be around.
Okay.
I know she's the owner
I
of
just
it.
need
So.
we usually like to do a walkthrough, and we usually like the owner to tell us what doors they want and don't want locked, so we don't freak it up. But
Okay.
if you don't have anyone out there, I can just send out Samito. He'll add at least a door lock to the front, and
Yeah,
then
that would be great. Yeah.
we can go from there. But try to have someone out there, and he can sit down with them real quick.
Okay. I
Cool.
will
Oh,
see
look
if
at that
somebody's there.
live fixes.
A second thing would be as I said, I do a lot of jobs in the city, interacting with a lot of people throughout. I noticed it was a while ago that you guys changed a lot of the local jobs to having more than one person, which is very restricting to the new people that come into the city. Don't have a whitelisted job. They don't have anything connections to anybody. And a lot of times when I'm over there in those jobs, like I rarely see anybody.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many jobs are locked to multiplayer?
I know Stone Sober, Electrical. There's
That's
I
it.
know Wine. Really?
You've already named them. There's over 15 public jobs, and only 2 of them are multiplayer locked.
Okay, so that must have
less
been
than 10%.
new. Okay. And how many
Now-
of those jobs drop materials though? And this is the only reason I bring it up.
Almost
Okay.
every single job now drops materials, and if they
Okay, that must
don't-
have been new, and I just came back after a week off.
Oh, okay. Make
So.
sure. Well, a week off though. That they should be.
Because when
yeah.
I went to it told me multiplayer. Like I can't do Stone Sober by myself.
You can't.
Which is under.
You can't. Stone Sober and Electrical are only 2 forced multiplayer jobs.
Okay.
All of the other ones are multiplayer compatible with the option to do single.
Okay. All right. That
Now,
makes sense.
if you have any suggestions on a job that is not dropping material, let's say, or let's say that you have something that you're like, hey, I think that this could be buffed. I don't know if you heard, but we do. Pablo plans on doing a crafting meeting.
Okay,
You should
definitely.
attend that. And it sounds like you do a lot of the jobs. You would probably be a great fit for that meeting to bring your
Absolutely.
ideas in.
The biggest thing I bring it up is like I say, I interact with a lot of people, and I use those jobs like when downtimes with the server, when I early mornings and nobody's around. I do those jobs to gather materials, to have an interaction with like possible gangs that need materials, or a shop that might need materials. And right now the shops probably don't need materials, but there's just a lot of opportunities that could be where we get those materials that would be useful for the gangs. Wouldn't necessarily have to increase what they're getting out of them, but having more people being able to have those materials is what I was getting at more. Other than that,
Absolutely.
I think the city is doing great. I've been seeing so many new faces, no new names, new voices, and it's been great to see.
Heck yeah, man. We're glad to see
I
it
think
too. We're glad that you're able to have more people out there.
I think it's I hit my year in like the beginning of November, so it's been a blast seeing all the
Fire.
improvements. So
Love to see
I
it.
appreciate
Love to see it, man. There's only going to be more to come. And just to piggyback off of that too, because you still have 30 seconds. I want to let you know too, and just anyone who's still in the chat listening, do remember that crafting conversation is not just for crafters. It's not just for illegal people. It is for everyone and anyone who does the public jobs that drop materials. You have to remember that crafting is all revolved around doing multiple activities instead of one activity. In 2.0, it was always, let's go find the meta that drops the vouchers and let's go do that. Now it's just about going to do all of the jobs. It's all spread out. You're not mindlessly doing the same activity over and over again. And you get to have a little bit more fun traveling and traversing the world. So if you do have ideas like, hey, I think that this should be dropped more in the public jobs, or I think more material should come to this job, or anything like that, highly recommend attending that meeting. I think that you'd be a good fit for that meeting.
Definitely that's and it's really useful doing these local jobs and being able to go to different locations and finding different materials. I definitely find that a more experienceable than going to this one spot like sanitation. I know I've ran my share of sanitation back in the day, so it's very useful in being able to see like the different sceneries you guys place the jobs in. So
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Well, awesome, man. Well, hey, if you have anything else, feel free to re-raise that hand. I'm gonna move you back to the audience. All right?
yes, sir. You guys.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I clicked on it a little too fast there, buddy. But yes, I think that you were gonna say have a good night, and you have a great night as well. But that's my bad. Super. That's my bad. Attorney General Spectre, you were 5 minutes. It started.
How's it going, man? Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
I just kind of want to bring up like a legal loophole that's going on. Like I appreciate kind of going to some jobs having clean cash that drops with it. But one of the issues that's coming out of that is that, you know, clean cash is clean cash, and there's no way for us to track where that like all the clean cash is coming from. Is there a way to get like a database to track financial transactions or something like that we can use to help people out? Because I've seen cases where people get okay.
The reason, have you ever worked one of our whitelisted jobs that require you to bill a lot?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever opened up the menu and it takes fucking?
Oh no, I get it. It's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, you would never want it. However, if you don't mind me asking, what job is paying legal cash?
I hear there's like, I'll be honest with you, I don't do a lot on that side of things in the city.
You're not going to nerf anything here. What
I hear like house robberies and like some things do drop clean cash with them at this point. I don't know exactly which jobs, but it's been brought up in some community meetings that police are like seizing cash.
Oh, they're going to do that regardless.
Okay, because we used to have marked bills and unmarked bills, right? So
and we still do.
Okay.
But in RP, it doesn't make sense to go, this is dirty money. This is clean money. You know what I'm saying? It's cringe.
No, I absolutely understand that.
So like the cops' goal is to take your money away from you if you have an excess amount of money that doesn't make sense while you're doing illegal crime activity. However, their goal is just to seize the money. That doesn't mean it's taken away. The goal behind it is that if you're doing illegal activity, you have a bunch of money on you, it is your responsibility to make sure that you go to court and say, no, this is my money. It's from my grandma's inheritance. It's your duty to role play that out, right? And then, it would be up to a judge's discretion whether they give you that money, even though that you were in a commission of a crime. So technically, actually, you could technically find a judge that believes your story enough. You were able to make enough evidence out of it where they actually give you illegal cash that you made from, like, let's say a bank. If you were to go to court and you win it, it's a possible plausibility that could happen.
So, I'm a prosecutor, so I'm going to look at it like, where can I get financial records to prove that that cash didn't come from a job and it was stolen, right? Is there is there any way to kind of
to make sure that you don't go too IRL with it and use everything that you have in city to make it make sense, right? So we're all here acting at the end of the day. We could technically do all of this that we do just with our imaginations, but we have mechanics in some places to foster it for you. But always remember, it's role play. You know what I'm saying? So my challenge to you would be this, Mr. General Attorney. You're saying that you can't. It's going to be hard for you to prove that it's legal, right? It's going to be hard for the court to say it's illegal.
No, I mean the opposite, actually.
Well, not really. It's again, they don't know it's dirty cash. It might be in rolls, and we know that the rolls are the dirty cash, but cops in role play, they're supposed to act stupid, right? So they are just seizing cash. Now, when the cash gets to evidence, it is up to that player to go to court and make sure that that cash is legal cash, and it's up to them and their attorney to win that case. Again, though, you're saying that it could be hard to say, hey, where did this money come from? I don't have financial transactions to prove where it came from or where it didn't. But also, the court has to do that as well. They're going to have to say, hey, look, we put 2 and 2 together here, right? And so it's like, there should be no reason that you're out doing crime with $20,000 in bills in your pocket. If you do that, you're just a goofball, and you should have went to an ATM and put that in there.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So it's just
it's just like the burden of proof in that situation is on like the prosecution. So like I have to more prove that the money's illegal, and they don't have to prove that it's legal, right?
Well, no, they would have to prove it's legal. That's why cops in real life take like wads of cash that don't make sense. Even if you're not doing anything wrong. Like you can look up multiple cases all over the country of people getting pulled over with $5,000 and $20 bills, and they can't tell the cop where it came from, and their car reeks of weed. Yeah, that cash is 100% coming with the ops, and you're gonna have to go to court to prove where that money came from, that it's good, clean money, nothing weird or sketchy was going on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna update the law to reflect that then.
Absolutely, buddy.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
100%. Ooh, I like that. Getting things done, even on the law side. I love it. All right, Harold, you're up.
Well, I want to first and thank everybody for letting me join and being part of this community.
Absolutely,
and fully
Harold.
welcoming my character.
Of course, welcome in. How long have you been here?
2 weeks now, 2 to 3 weeks now.
Yeah, January 18th. Okay, very cool. Well, welcome to Rogue.
Thank you. I wondering if we can add more stuff for senior citizens.
Okay, like what?
Like wheelchairs or a crutch, because right now the crutch is only for 20 minutes.
So you want to use it just indefinitely?
Yeah, as like a RP scenario, or wheelchairs.
Is there not a emote for that?
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
You can use the prop. Oh, someone said that you can. Oh, there is a walking stick. There you go. I was about to say there should be one because it does.
But there's no stick I'm wearing. It's just me hunched over.
Oh, it doesn't do the stick anymore?
No.
Okay, let me know. If anything, we can definitely make that a thing. That's very easy. We already have it done. So
And mobility scooters as well.
Mobility scooters. I don't know about that one, boss.
Okay.
Little scooter from Sanders.
We don't have scooters at Sanders.
We don't even have mopeds.
Oh, scooters are at the public shop.
Yeah, we don't have them.
Yeah, you can get a scooter from it. Yeah, I don't know about mobility scooters, but wheelchairs and walking canes, absolutely. I'll also get you some adult diapers.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem.
I appreciate that. Yeah, this city's not really handicap accessible.
Okay.
Like adding more.
That,
like I can't even
get
buy a
out
moped.
of town. All right, that I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that one for you, boss. I won't cap.
And
adding the
mopeds
Rams
as well
would
would be lovely.
Adding what?
mopeds. You can ride it for your driver's ed test, but you can't ride it for your. You can't buy a moped.
I thought we just talked about that. Mopeds are, at the middle PDM shop by Mile High Club.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Absolutely. Yep, and you can buy those yourself. You don't even need a salesman there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Have fun, Harold.
I will. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Life Invader Nat.
Hello.
What's good, Nat? Good to see you.
Hey. Hey everybody. So, first, want to get the thank yous out the way. Been here for a year finally. 27th was my year mark.
Hey, turn up. January 26th,
yes.
2023. Look at that.
Yes. So, first of all, we had a job fair. Thank you, business owners who showed up. Thank you, everyone who came. Want to thank Nico, Spectre as well for helping out with Life Invader because I need the help. It's become more of a success than I thought it was gonna become. So, off the thank yous now. Life Invader needs a garage. When we hold events like we held a few days ago, cars are everywhere. No one knows where to park. People get hit. Locals don't know what to do and run into us and our vehicles. It's crazy over there. So at some point, can we get like a garage over there?
Got it added.
The job guide. I know last time I said we were going to get it done this month, but I didn't have a chance to actually do all the jobs yet.
Oh, that's
but
all right.
I am going to work with Stud since he's done most of them, and I want to work with the rest of the community as well to get that done so we can help out. All the
That
new
would be
people coming
freaking
in.
amazing. I cannot wait for that.
Yes, I'm trying. So I talked to D8 about getting some type of office space put into Life Invader. Like previously I was able to buy an apartment, quote unquote, and just like use the elevator to go to the apartment. This time around I got told that I can't do that without talking to you, which I was kind of confused. I'm like, I thought it was the same difference. You just pick a door and you price it. Is there something different I have to go through to do that?
For what?
So on your second floor at D8, you have those office layouts that's furnished and stuff, and I was thinking about
Yeah, the IPLs.
actually putting one into Life Invader. So like we have like a private office where everyone can go, because right now upstairs in Life Invader, it's not private and it's still like, I want to give everybody that feeling where, okay, let's step into the office and like take care of business that way and everything. So I was going to buy an office space, but I was told I can't, and I couldn't put it into Life Invader. So I
Okay.
was kind of confused.
They were probably just talking on, well, so right now our IPLs and a majority of our warehouses are not priced yet, and that's just because of not gonna lie, we didn't really think people would be buying those type of things right off the rip, but again, a lot of people say that you can't make money, but I got people out here buying $1.5 million houses. So who knows if you can make money or not, I guess. But when it comes down to it, we don't have them priced out yet. So what we are going to be doing is in this month of February, within the first 7 days, we have committed to sitting down one day and just knocking them all out. So we'll have a price for every IPL, every warehouse, and each agent will then be able to sell those freely by just doing the same. So our agents right now, the way the process works, they do all of the work. The only thing that they have to wait on is for us, the owners of D8, which is management, they approve their pricing. All we do is we just make sure that the price that you're giving on that house and that layout is the correct price, and then all of the rest is done by the agent. So we just have to have the pricing done though, right? And so So maybe there was just some confusion because we have said that you're not to sell IPLs right now. You're just not. So maybe that's why they told you that. Just within role play or something to make it make sense. We always try to say make it make sense. Don't say the government. I hate the phrases the government, gods, staff, all that stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So we just try to tell our staff members to try to make it make sense. Might have been what they were doing. I'm not 100% sure, but what I would say is this: if you're looking for an office space that's an IPL inside of Life Invader, we could definitely look into it. Just so you know, it's probably not going to make much sense because you're going to be able to see outside, and it's clearly not where you're at. So
Okay.
we,
All right.
just be mindful of that. Maybe that's also why the agent had told you that because we, like I said, we love to make it make sense, and when it doesn't make sense, we usually don't approve the price for it.
Okay. Okay. Um, then two, it's just another question that popped in the head. Then, MLOs. Then,
Your
are you?
5 minutes is over, but I will
Okay.
say this. You're asking about MLOs, so I'm just going to throw something
Mhm.
about MLOs, and then if you have any more, just please raise your hand again.
Okay.
MLOs and donator cars. A lot of people have opened up tickets. A lot of people have asked about them. I'm sorry that they're not there yet. It's just I'm. I know that a lot of you want it, and I'm so grateful that you guys want to support the community through that. However, it's just not on the top of my list, guys. MLOs are cool, but it's it's only been 1 month since the launch, a month and a half, I guess. I'm not too concerned about people living in like walk-in houses yet or anything like that. I really just want to focus on like if we get through this month, we'll see what happens in March, and then I'll probably bring them out then. But we have like the donator shops launching at the end of this month, so maybe we will see MLOs come at the beginning of next month or somewhere around there. I'm not sure. It's not on the top of my list is to get more stuff added to the website for purchase. It's we're just trying to focus on other things. You know what I'm saying? But they are coming. Hopefully that answered your question. If it didn't, raise that hand again. I'll pull you back in. All right.
Okay.
All right, awesome, Nat. I appreciate you. She's a killer, guys. Please go and support player-owned businesses. It's really important that we go do that. And she runs one of the most unique, different style of businesses here in the city. A lot of people either own, a dealership or a food place or a weed joint. I'm so glad to have a unique business like that here in the city. She's awesome. Her and her team put a lot of effort into the newspapers that they produce and the magazines they produce. Yeah, a lot of effort goes into that stuff. It blows me away that we have that. I'm so thankful that we have it, and please go and support that girl's business, man. It's awesome. With that being said, let's pull in another great business owner, our very own Suave CEO. Come on down.
Yo, what's good? Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, what's going on, Suave?
Just a few quick questions. Um, Basically EMS related on both ends. F6 menu.
F6 menu, what about it?
In the F6 menu, when somebody is down or whatever, it used to have it where you can go to dispatch and see who's down and basically attach to the call that way. It's not like that anymore. It's non-existent now. I was wondering if it was any way we can get that back, because it was like a quicker way than actually having to pull up the MDW and everything.
That is crazy to me. Listen here, Suave. You know what? You just sent me over the edge here. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. So we actually got told by the staff over at EMS that they don't like the dispatch in there. That they wanted to use the MDW to look at the dispatches, to go to the calls, et cetera, et cetera. So we were told that they don't like them anymore. But I don't even remember when that was, to be honest. I don't. At some point, we were told that the F6 menu is never accurate and that the only thing that's accurate is the MDW. And so we just said, okay, well, I mean, you have an accurate source right there. Let's just drop the F6 and give you the MDW. And plus, the MDW is you hit a button and the calls are right there. It's not too hard, you know what I'm saying? But
it ain't necessarily too hard or nothing, but I was thinking of just a second faster option to go through when there's a lot of stuff going on.
Options, right?
Yeah.
I can look at adding it back. just let me know if you guys want it. I don't know how helpful it really is. But if you guys want it, I'm always open to adding the stuff that you want.
Okay, okay. The other thing was pockets for EMS, and not pockets as to where here it is you in med school and bam you get pockets. No, after you've already chosen a career path, and you don't get gold pockets soon as you choose your career path. No, you get the lower level pockets at that point, and you get higher pockets as you know go further into your career. More like a reward system for actually staying with the EMS and being active.
It's great that you're actually talking about this. We're actually working on a system right now with the police, and we're going to obviously do it for EMS too. Basically, anything that we do for the cops, we do for the EMS as well, as far as quality of life stuff and little additions. What we're going to be doing is, me and Samito had sat down the other day, and we said, okay, obviously, it's not fair to give the cops pockets when they become a cadet, right? Just doesn't make sense. And that's how it was in 2.0. However, just like a regular player, right? A regular player has to grind their ass off to get those pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cops should have to do the same damn thing. So if cops are wanting bigger pockets, I think that what should have to happen is that cops should have to become a cadet. Then they should have to go into like maybe an officer 2. Once you get to officer 2, you can then go to the commissioner. The commissioner has an option to make a set of pockets for there's a set amount of money, but only the commissioner can do that. So then the commissioner would then make those pockets, give them to that person, and then they would be like it would be like a medal for the cop to say, hey, you got to officer 2, here's your medal. The medal would add extra pockets to them. Then let's say they hit a senior officer or something like that. They would get a silver medal, and you would get silver pockets, and then you get to gold, and so on, right? So that's kind of my thought, is that I still think cops should be able to get bigger pockets. I do not think cops should have to go through illegal means to get those pockets or grind their face off in the mountains doing hunting, because they're supposed to be doing cop shit. That's what they're here for. So let's still reward the cops with bigger pockets, but they have to go through progression just like anyone else does. I think that that's only the fair thing, is that they shouldn't be given handouts, but they should be handed out over progressional time and progressional climbing a ladder. So for you, it would be the same thing. Your cadets wouldn't get it, but so that would be your trainee. But maybe when they get integrated and they've worked there for maybe a month or something like that, then you give it to them, and then so on. So
and it'd only be something that high command could issue out to them. Like they wouldn't just get it from okay, I'm here, I've been here this long, now I can go and buy this out of this. No, high command would actually have to see that you've been working and issue it out to you as a reward for your work.
They would make sense too, because it's a physical medal. It'll literally look like a bronze medal that you got for exemplary police work. It would be given to you in like a ceremony. It would have RP through it, right? And Pob's like, no, we're talking about like an actual system. So I know I said the commissioner for the cops. I just meant whoever the leader is of that department. They'll be able to craft the medal whenever the employee is XYZ. So yeah, absolutely. We got a ton of stuff coming for that. Your 5 minutes is up, Suave. It was great talking to you, man. If you have more stuff, re-raise that hand, all right?
Can I do one more thing real fast?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I was going to be a stickler. I'm sticking to the gun.
PD
down.
Go. PD down. Can we get the notifications when PD go down? We don't get those at the time.
They did not want us to do auto downs. Well, hold on. What do you mean, bud? They can let you know that they're down. It's just an option for them.
We used to get an automatic notification that lets us know when PD goes down.
The cops. You'd have to talk to Samito about that one. He stopped that.
Okay, I'll get with him.
He said that he does not want them to be notified automatically, just because they could be doing a training and then it would notify you guys a bunch and yada yada yada. He gave me a bunch of reasons whys, and that's the reason that we took that out.
Oh, okay.
So the cops actually requested that. It wasn't something that we did.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay, now your time is really over. Goodbye. Goodbye, Swap. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, who we got? Okay, we got our last single speaker, and then we got our repeats, and then we are good to go.
Alrighty.
The Smoka 420.
I just want to thank you for the floor. And also, I just have two things I want to mention. It's in regards because I've been hosting a fight night event for the past couple weeks with a couple of my friends, thanks to Yellow Jack and Leone's Vineyard as sponsors.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Very cool. That was really well done last week. We were actually there. Me and the management team. We were on our characters, and it was very fucking cool to see that big of a turnout in the back of that. So
Appreciate you guys for coming out.
Yeah.
So we plan on doing that more in the future. I was just seeing if there was a possibility of getting like a knockout system. Like I don't mind paying EMS to come because it also gives that RP aspect for EMS to come check out and get the fighters medically cleared. So we have like medically trained staff on the scene and stuff like that. If there's a possibility to get a knockout system, that's cool. If not, no big deal. My main thing was just to see if we could possibly get a cage eventually in the future for that, so I don't have to continuously reach out to PD to have them stop whatever they're doing to come put up barricades. If that's a possibility.
Absolutely. So a couple things. MLO for Fight Night absolutely can happen. And if you're a 1.0 OG around here, you guys remember GSF Fight Night Fridays. We actually have a really dope MLO for a Fight Night, and I think that you guys could really utilize it. It's actually in the industrial yard, and it actually is like set up for Fight Nights. On top of that, we actually made a script back in 1.0 that you essentially third eye this guy, and it points two arrows into the UFC ring, and then they just go there, and a little sound plays, and then it actually has, just as long as that you are in the event and that you're in the ring, it actually has extended damage for extended fights, and it does have a knockout system in it. So I did write that when we used to host those. It's just in 1.0 I was actually able to play, where now it's basically just like right. And so I don't really get to use those systems anymore. So like I'm not there to host those events. But if you are hosting the fight nights, I would love to just give you everything we made for that, and I could touch it up, do whatever, and then we could see what you do with that, and see if you could just. I'm a huge UFC fan. Okay, I'm a fucking fanatic. So like I would love to have a little UFC, RFC club where there, like, I'll make you actual belts. We'll have different like belt styles, whatever you want to do. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, because we've actually created like some more RP aspects with like another person in the city, Joey Stockton, to shout him out. He's actually trying to like outsource fighters to like do essentially his own management system for it, to like kind of make it a more UFC feel behind it. So yeah, just to see a cage and stuff like that would be cool. And now that you say there was one already in there, that just answers my question basically, and that's all I really had.
Absolutely, man. And we'll take it one step further. If you were in 2.0, you guys remember what we did at the Maze Bank Arena. We actually made an entire fight night arena in there specifically for Saturday nights. They only ended up doing 2 fight nights, and then they just stopped doing it. So if you're actually about your shit, man, what we could do is we could have you start off in the industrial area, starting it up, and then through RP progression, I'd be cool with you taking over the Maze Bank Arena again, and take it, all the way to that level. It'd be awesome to see. So you just keep it up, man, and if you keep doing those style of events, I love weekly events. Something that players can know that is going to happen for sure every single time. They know that they can expect a fight night this week, and or you would announce, hey, this is our off week or something like that. They just know that they can count on it. Like, hey, every Saturday we know that there's going to be a fight night going on, or every Friday we know that there's a fight night going on. And if we could, like, I love that. I love weekly card meets. I love weekly fight nights. I love weekly events. So if you're about it and you do it, I'll take good care of you.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate you for the floor, and also thank you for letting me in the community. Been here about a month now, so.
Oh yeah, brother. Well,
loving it.
You don't even have to thank me. We appreciate you applying and coming here, brother. So you have a good rest of your night, and look forward to seeing what you do with it.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Right, buddy. You as well. All right. I think we're. Oh, okay. We added more people. I'm sorry, second stringers. Gonna have to wait. Jade A, come on down.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, it's a quick question. I'm not sure if we already have this added, but is there a way for us to get away into switching between our characters that doesn't require the F8 or quitting?
My best response is I'm looking into it.
Okay.
I have it already written, okay? But introducing a system like that is very intense due to the fact that I can only test something so much, and I've tested it pretty well. But I test everything pretty well, and you guys always seem to break stuff. And I'm nervous that we could run into an issue where I build that in and I let you guys relog, and somehow your inventory doubles or your inventory does some weird fuck shit. And it's just, to put it in blatant words, right? Sorry, excuse my French, but it's so dangerous to put in that type of system and know that like players will never report when something's broken. They will always report when it's broken negatively for them. But you know what I'm saying, that could be a really
Yeah.
bad thing. So that's the reason that we don't do it right now. And okay, I know Ragnar. It's not all false. I'm just saying a lot of people don't be reporting bugs or be helping them out. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It's how gamers are. I'm a gamer, so I get it. That's why we have to combat it. But yes, Jade, we will look into relogging. Okay, we have a command already built into the dev server where you can already do it. Again, I just don't know how safe it is.
No worries. That was really all I wanted to ask. Thank
Cool,
you.
awesome. No, not a problem, Jade. Jade, you do the vanilla unicorn stuff, right?
Yes, I do.
Cool. We're looking to possibly get that done here in the month of February. We're trying to get your vanilla unicorn finished out, and then get the noodles company relocated. All right. So do be expecting us to reach out to you. We'll reach out and touch bases with you. Okay.
Don't get me all excited over here. Thank you.
Bring back the old VU. Yo, pause. What?
What you mean?
Hold on, Jade is.
Like the interior? I think I've seen that.
Hold on, which one are you talking? Do we not have the custom VU in right now?
No.
Oh, it's just the vanilla base one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my B. Yeah. Well, we do have some things in the works. I don't know what we're gonna do with the interior. I might keep it how it was in 2.0. So yes, we're gonna revert that back anyway. But I might do something different for you and really elevate that. I wanna make VU different. That just interiors everywhere. Everyone freaking uses it, and I'm trying to be at least a little unique around here. So we'll try to find something nice for you. I'll send you some examples, right?
Thank you. They've been working hard, the whole team. So I
No,
love them. They're great.
I have
They're
been
so
hearing
great.
that I have been hearing that the VU has been open more and stuff like that. My only suggestion to you or any business owner listening is just be as active as possible, please. It's just when you're active, it gets me fired up to want to work for you. You have to remember that at the end of the day, I literally do all of the work for free because nothing's ever guaranteed that we get paid, right?
100.
So it's like always just remember that we want to get fired up about your project, and the only thing that fires us up is that it's not you paying for anything because you don't have to pay for businesses, you don't have to pay for anything like that. It's just the work that you're putting in. When you put in work like that and like you're just constantly dedicating it to it, and it shows me that like, yo, I'm here for the long haul, and I really do want to make this work. Like, come on, let's work together to make us both work. That's what gets me fired up, Jade. So you just keep doing what you're doing. Keep that place open. Keep it coming. Keep new events, fresh little things, whatever you got to do. Keep it coming. We're gonna get to work for you. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Keep doing good. Who do we have next? LJ Merck. Come on down. LJ, you there? Oh, did he not join? I get. Oh,
Yo.
there he is. What's up, LJ?
What up? Hey, hold on. Let me pull over real quick.
You're driving?
Yeah.
Your real life vehicle?
Nah. I'm talking about
In your city, bro.
Oh, bro, you had me nervous as shit. I was about to say, boy, you better get the fuck out of here. I'm not trying to get no charges because you're talking at a community meeting. What's going on,
Nah, I just
LJ, though?
wanted to touch up on the drugs a little bit. I don't know if would you ever gonna do another drug meeting or whatever.
Another drug meeting. You think we need another one? What would make you think that we need another drug meeting?
Just to pretty much balance them out a little bit more. That way, like
Cool.
more drugs
I
are
love
actually getting
balances.
used.
I
More
love
drugs.
balances.
'Cause, like for me, like I look at it like wasted resources if people are not really utilizing all the other drugs. So I mean,
Okay.
it shouldn't just be everybody running around, everybody selling meth. I mean, I get it. It's the meth. It's cool, simple, easy, but like
But they're
just
not
on.
wanting to move past the meth.
Yeah, which I'm fine with meth, right? But me being like a different individual and want to like push other shit, like I feel like crack should be pushed more, coke, like it is a thing. Like meth shouldn't even be selling higher than like heroin, quote unquote, dog food. Like, and then on top of that, the fact that you gotta actually grind more to produce heroin and coke, like for the heroin to be cheaper is actually not even a thing. That's why you won't see people touching it.
It's just such a hard process to get heroin because there is no GTA native for heroin, right? We just made that a thing, and there is no like custom animation for heroin processing and stuff like that. We could think of something. I'm sure.
I mean,
I can think of
the
something.
process is fine. Like,
It's
so
too
in my
easy, though.
opinion,
It's too
for
easy.
heroin,
Yeah, all you got to do is find a poppy seed and load it up. That's all you got to do. That shit's easier than making the meth.
hell no.
Oh,
Meth is
all you
man,
got to
once
do is
you
gotta
once
pick
you
up one
get to
thing.
meth, you can
Actually,
mass
let's not
craft
talk about
meth.
this. Let's not talk about this right now. Actually, okay. What we'll do is this.
So
How about this? I like the idea of having another drug meeting. Maybe what we could do is we could look into having another meeting between just some of the like people who know kind of what they're already doing around here, so we don't metagame inside of a community meeting, and we could figure something out. How about this? Um, you are part of the Crips, correct?
yeah.
Okay, why don't you do this? Get a couple of the Crips together, get a couple of the Ballas, and get a couple of people from like Empire. Just some people that were here in 2.0 that I know that were here, right? Grab some of them guys and let's all hop in a little meeting and we can just talk logistics about the drugs because I know y'all been here. I know you guys know how the system works, so you're not going to metagame anything out of me because you already know how it works. And then we can go from there to see what balances that we can do. And then because I'm sure that you guys can take your feedback from all of the people in the community and be able to do that. So let's see if we can get that done with the crafting meeting too. I would love to have both of those meetings get done.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
I think it'd be not only good for 3.0 to also make sure that everything looks and makes sense, but also to again, I want to make sure that you guys are okay with the grind that you're doing. I want you guys to have to grind. You're not going to get away from me and the grind, okay? But I want to make sure that when you are grinding, that you don't feel that you're that you're not progressing. I don't want it to be mindlessly, okay? I want you to grind, but just not, there all fucking day.
Hey, Dub say he had for me. That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, yeah, I'll get with them and yeah, we'll hit you up then.
Awesome, buddy. Let me know what you guys figure out.
All right, for sure.
All right, bet. Pablo, if you're going to be involved in both of those meetings, you might as well just be like the little spokesperson and let me know when you want to do these meetings. Let me know if you need me even there. I think that you guys can honestly just talk about it together, figure out a game plan, get it all written out, sent on over to me, and the 72 hours starts. Okay? So, cool. You can do both. Hey, man, say less. You heard it there. If it doesn't happen, it's on Pablo's shoulders. Traitor. I'm just kidding. Nebula, come on down. 5 minutes.
What's up? Just asking about because you're getting the tune set for the cars on everything. One question that has popped up in the past when exclusives were on are exclusives gonna be not overhyped, like faster than all the other cars? And if so, are they gonna get their own class
No.
within racing?
And just so you guys know, like in 2.0, our biggest goal was to make sure that the donator cars were always classed, that they're never classed as like an X class, that they're always going to be fast and better. It just so happened that some of them did fall under certain classes that, a souped up SRT8 Charger with 707 horsepower is going to be fast. So
Yeah.
you might have paid IRL money for it, but the car itself is in a class that's fast as shit. Where, if you buy, let's say, I don't know, a 3 Series BMW, it's going to be more in that B class area. So to answer your question, just simple enough, yes, they're all going to be classed. Every single car will be classed. And no, there's no special donator import class that no one knows about.
Okay. And the second one is, will there be a lap time wipe for the races that we have set up already for the new tunes that are coming out on all the cars?
It's a great question. Great question, right? We have been talking about that, and I think I'll leave it up to the community via a poll when we're ready to push the new tunes. I'll say, hey, do you guys want me to wipe this or not? If they say yes, cool. If they say no, whatever.
Okay, and the last one is we kind of have that little community area for all the racers and everything. I would I was wondering if there was going to be a place for everybody to have an input on where the cars would be put in certain classes. Like, say, there's a lot of controversy between the Supra, between what class it should be put in, everything.
To answer that one, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a 50-50 right here, right? So I and the management team, we're all going to sit down in a room and we're going to go over the cars and we're going to say, hey, this is an A class, S class, B class, so on. Then we're going to release that, right? Anyone that comes to us, and again, right, we are very keen on using common sense, okay? So as long as it makes sense, usually we're going to take the community's feedback. So if the community says, hey, look, you guys released these cars, this car needs to be moved up, this car needs to be moved down. We'll of course take that feedback, but we're not going to sit there and go, okay, you guys go ahead and go through all the cars, then we have to go through them. We're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to do it where we feel that they should be. Then we're going to see if you guys agree with us. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, we use a lot of common sense around certain things. And now, don't get me wrong, right? People are gonna probably fucking start roasting me. Oh, my storage just costs more than my house. You guys did this. You guys did this. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't roast me, okay? But we like to say that we have a lot of common sense. So these cars, when we class them, we think that you guys are going to agree with our classes. I don't think that you guys are going to disagree with anything. However, if you guys do, hey, perfectly fine. We'll adjust things.
I got you. Those were my only questions.
Absolutely. It's always been at the end of the day, guys. We have always said we're all about community feedback. And if I know a lot of you might not have been here for a super long time, but anyone who has been here for a really long time, they can tell you just watch what happens after this community meeting. I'm telling you, we're the only community on 5M that does these community meetings and then releases an update that has every single thing that you guys asked for basically knocked out. Sometimes it is only 65% of the stuff that you guys asked for, but still, there's going to be an update log that happens literally within 72 hours of this meeting, and it will have essentially fixed every single thing that you guys have said, which I have about 2 pieces of paper. So if you guys are new here, you guys will see how we get down here. But if you guys are consistent players who have been here for a long time, you guys know the vibes. You guys know that we're going to get it done. And absolutely, brother. So we'll definitely look into it.
That reminds me, with the new classings, are they going to be kind of similar to how the cop cars are? Because some of the cop cars are really fast. I know that a lot of them are a higher management point in the cop cars, but I've seen
now for the way that certain cars drive currently.
Because I've seen some of the cop cars drive like 200 flat. They're able to pass you in Like you're sitting still going 150.
I don't know about 200 flat. Maybe the Corvette does that, and that's because it's we call it the meta chaser. So anytime that someone uses a meta car, that's when they're supposed to be pulled out. Usually, you'll never see a Corvette on a chase, right? It's when we, again, we call them meta chasers. So they're there to chase you down with when you're being a weirdo using, the same car that is meta, 17 robberies in a row. That's when we send it out.
Okay, I understand that. Got it.
Undercover
Thank you.
benefactor is also only used by command, so that's why it goes that fast.
Okay, understandable.
Cool,
Bye.
man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Not a problem, Nebula. And don't get me wrong, guys. Of course, once we release all of the classes, we'll of course make those cop cars into their classes as well. It's not going to be just for civilians. Everything's going to be classed in something. So you'll have it there. Guffy. Oh. Okay, I guess we're gonna start with Guffy Sue. She's a second stringer. Okay, we're on to our second string, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut off requests. So we're just gonna take these last 4 and we'll head on out of here. Guffy, you gonna accept that?
Yes. Okay,
going
so this may be a little left field, but I can see that there's like a definite need for it in the server. I would love to have give me 1 second. Sorry, give me 1 second. I would love to have a preacher, some type of evangelist, whatever you want to call it, in the server. It would also be a dream come true to have a church that you could actually have access to the interior so that you could actually perform weddings, funerals, and that type of thing.
Absolutely, Guffy. We're here for it. I always give out PSAs whenever we're looking for something. We're always looking for those types of things. We actually had a really amazing role player. I just wish he would have stuck it out, but good things have to come to an end sometimes. But we used to have a pastor named Father Flowers who he did an amazing job. He really ran it like a crooked church, right? Where it was you could go there on Sundays and hear service, but it was also it felt like a real service. But then there was also fun parts to it. It still felt like role play. It didn't feel like you were at Sunday's church service with your parents, maybe so. But it was interesting. That's for sure. It was fun. We would love to see it. We already have a church for it. We already have a system that actually is a whitelisted job for them. All that stuff. If you guys are truly about it and anything like that, anyone who's willing to put in the role play, we're always down to support the role play. So just put in the role play, guys. We're here to support, whatever ideas you want to come to life. You have to support it, and then you have to make other people support it. And as soon as other people support your idea, guys, we go for it. My biggest example of this is 2 things. If you look at Mayor Stud, okay. First of all, we were never about a mayor idea. We were never about any of those things. We just didn't believe in it. Didn't make sense. Yada yada yada. Whatever. He came in the server. He went around. He wanted to do it. He got the entire city to back him, and then mindlessly spammed the chat saying "Stud for mayor, stud for mayor" at every community meeting we had for 2 months. Okay. If you bring it into fruition and you yourself get the community to back you, we're gonna back you every single time. That's my advice, Guffy. So if you know anyone who's trying to do it, get them to do it.
Let's just say Guffy Sue has found God. Yes.
Hey, dude. I love it, and that would be even better because I believe that's your St. Louis or no. Your what is it? Oh my gosh.
Guffy Sue from the Bible, you son bitch.
Yes, there it is. There, Louisiana, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I think it would be amazing. It would be a great time. You'd be a hoot, and I would 100% support the idea. 110%. You'll again, once you see that business center open up, you'll see everything that we're looking for. And again, it'll make things flow a lot faster, guys. So at the end of this month, there should be a lot more opportunities, and everything should make a lot more sense. Which is going to be really nice for 3.0 because that's going to be really healthy. So never a bad.
A quick follow-up question. Is there a church that is open right now for interior or just exterior?
There's not.
Okay, just making sure.
I could. So the last time that we had the church in, for whatever reason, the church buildings like really mess with textures. So we could put it in and just make sure that we don't see any textures around that area crash. And absolutely, we would love to see it. So what we could do for you is, I mean, we already have it. It's already ready to go. It's as simple as me dragging and dropping and starting the resource for something like that. So we could just put in the MLO for you. That way you have like at least like somewhere to RP around and stuff like that. Again, it's something that I've always believed that we should have. It's just like the vineyard, guys. It's the vineyard, the taxi, the church. Those are unique businesses that get me pumped up because they're not the same business. Okay. So some of you might be like, dude, I've been one XYZ business forever. These are unique businesses that aren't like, you know, everything else. And that's why I get excited about those things. I just don't want anyone thinking like, oh, why do they get that and they can't do this or this? It's like we're all about it, guys. It's just there's more opportunities in other places that make the place feel more unique than another restaurant or another dealership or another mechanic, et cetera, et cetera. So just wanted to make that clear. I can already hear the tickets coming in. Awesome. Thank you so much, Guffy. Your 5 minutes is up. I hope to see you in Jesus' house soon.
Sweet Jesus, thank you. Bye.
Before we bring in the other person,
yeah,
I saw something in chat I wanted to bring up.
Yeah,
SkyX is coming. A couple months ago, I went to Source about SkyX, had some ideas. Turns out he did as well. So those ideas are in place. So right now is the reason why I'm not opening it up is because if we started now and then got the update of SkyX, we'd essentially have to start from scratch. So that's
hey,
why I'm
you never
keeping it
know. I
on
mean,
hold.
SkyX is already a thing. Maybe we just use February, you know, cleanup time to clean
Well,
that up, so you guys could see something happen.
I'm
You know, by
not
the end of this
ignoring
month.
you. I'm ready to get it going just as much as everybody else. But I want it to be done.
JP, should we leak? Should we leak them a little teaser?
Maybe if you want to. I didn't want to put you on the spot, but it keeps coming up. Even not just today. But it's
All
been
right.
coming
We'll
up
give you
the
just
last
a little tease, just a little taste. All right. So in 2.0, you could go to SkyX, you could get your pilot license, and then you'd have to essentially pay $200 to get a chopper. The reason that we did this is we wanted no one having choppers. Sadly, people did buy choppers sometimes. There wasn't a lot sold, but there was some people who bought choppers, which of course they're going to get their choppers in 3.0, of course, for free. But the thing in 3.0 that we thought about was that, you know, we obviously want to introduce some newer styles of getting around town. And so a lot of you know that we're working on the marina and Redwood County. Once Roxwood gets finished and we open up the marina, we do plan on allowing players to, instead of having to donate to get a chopper, you will actually be able to possibly, I don't know, it could be a thing. You could possibly go to SkyX and possibly purchase a flying instrument of sort. So who knows? Never know. I could be rolling around in the boats or the sky. Who knows? But yeah, will criminals be able to obtain this? If you are a citizen at Rogue, you will be able to attain this. What about boats? I just said that. Rent to buy system, it'll be a buy system, no renting. Boat. Yes. Cool. Awesome. There's your little tester. But you guys are also going to see that SkyX will be completely revamped and it's going to look a lot different. So we're super excited for you guys to see it. Financing for dealerships. Ooh, hey, management. I continuously forget to bring this up in our management meetings. One of you write this. JP, it's only you. It's all going to lie on your shoulders. Put down for our next management meeting. We have to talk about financing at dealerships. We have to figure out something.
Okay.
Okay. You heard it right there, Pablo. If we don't give you an answer by our hold on, what is today? It's say Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Monday. Our next one is Thursday, buddy. So Thursday we will we'll sit down and we should talk about it and we'll have an answer for you by Thursday afternoon. Okay. Loud and clear. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and pull in the last stringers and we'll close this out. Actually, Daniel Clarkson, he must have like got in like right at the end of it. We'll go ahead and invite him too. Daniel, come on in. I think you're this is your first time speaking.
Yeah, this is my first time speaking this meeting. I spoke last meeting as well. One thing that I don't know if got touched on this meeting, but I know earlier you said robbing from vehicles. Vehicle locks sometimes don't work even if you lock it. So you'll lock your car, you'll go in, I went into the clothing store and I was with someone else who didn't have keys to my car, and then I come back and apparently my car is not locked anymore. So that's just a concern of mine if
Gotcha.
for that
Sure.
for robbing and stuff like that. And then I was wondering, so you're gonna be able to start buying businesses and everything like that. Are you gonna reward people that have been role playing out businesses that might be purchasable in the future?
It's the
Or is
only
that gonna
way
be
to get a business. You will. So here at Rogue, and actually, this is a great pointer for everyone here in this meeting. Here at Rogue, we do not believe in paying to get a business in the city. We did it in 1.0, and we actually still to this day, we only did one business like ever, and it was PDM. And the guy who bought it in 1.0 still owns it to this freaking day. So we'll never ever do that again because we saw how it could look at as like pay to win, and we learned from our mistakes in 1.0. That's why we never will ever do it. It's now Nico, thank God, he's a cool guy and he's stuck with us since 1.0. He's been great at running the dealership and we're fantastic for him. Shout out to Nico. He just had his baby. But other than that, we just don't believe it anymore, right? It's one of those things where it's all just going to be done through RP. So as long as you've been RPing it and you have at least a little bit of community support, you're going to have our support. We get excited for a business when the owner is active and the community supports the idea. If those two things are hitting, we're 9 out of 10 times going to work with you.
Okay. I completely understand what you're saying. I was more saying, you said that you're gonna be able to go and like buy businesses like in character with money that way as well.
That's the
Would
only
that be
way
and like so like mechanic shops and I mean, I work at autos, so of course I'm gonna bring that up. But I was
Sorry.
I don't know if that just got misconstrued or
Yes,
if I misheard.
and so if that was misconstrued by you, it could be misconstrued by someone else, right? So let me explain one more time. So that example was just a theoretical example. We're
Okay.
still going to be working one-on-one with finding good owners for the mechanic businesses, just because we do need the mechanic businesses are like the it's like a main staple in 5M. We want to make sure that those things are not only well ran, that they have good owners and active owners. And so we will be working on getting those placed. I was more saying that now with the current way that we have our mechanic shops built up right now, we could open up 50 mechanic shops because it creates a field of people having to compete against each other. So mechanic shops now control how much their parts are. They control how much the labor cost is. They control all that. So it's up to like again, it's going to be an open, fair market. A mechanic shop might be open a lot. So no, just to answer your question, you will not just be able to go up and buy a mechanic shop willy-nilly.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
We do plan
Because that's
on,
how. So
however,
I
doing
was
that
in and
in
out
gas
of
stations.
trying to listen while at work and
absolutely
doing a whole bunch of medical charting, so I have to kind of pay attention to that. So it was
hey, that's dedication.
in and out on that. But yeah, do we have a estimate on when we're going to be able to get a new mechanic shop up north? Because I do know a lot of, and I know earlier, right as 3.0 was starting, mechanic shops were going to be, I'm sorry, you said that you wanted RP to evolve more north, and I was just thinking, mechanic shop up there, of course, closer to the miners, closer
our
to
next mechanic shop is already planned. We already have the MLO for it. I already have where it's going and how it's going to look and how it's going to work. All I don't know is who's going to own it. Now, please, everyone in this call, I don't know why I just said that out loud. I just was kind of thinking out loud right there. Please don't open tickets right now. I'm literally going to close them. I can smell the tickets through the monitor right now. Okay, do not do it. Do not open a ticket to own this mechanic shop. We will post about, we are looking for a dedicated business owner, but I have someone in mind that I'm possibly going to see if they want to work with me on it due to the fact that they've been in the community for quite some time. They've been running a a non-whitelisted business that they've been trying to get whitelisted forever. I'm gonna see if they want to give it a try, see if they want to do that first, just because I believe in doing what's right, and that's just what's right. And then if that doesn't work out, we'll go somewhere, right? But just know that we're going to make sure that everything gets in order. And then once we get that Route 68, it's going to be on Route 68 where this mechanic shop's going to go. It's awesome. It looks great. It's going to be super cool. And then after that one does, maybe we'll focus on maybe opening up one or two more, just because I know it's
Okay.
going to be competitive. So I would say like we could see about the possibility of like 4 or 5 mechanic shops, but what we're doing right now is one by one. So we're gonna do LSC, then we're gonna do Route 68, and then we'll work our way through there once we know where the need is. So please
Gotcha.
be patient with us, guys. I know it's exciting. I know it's cool. Everything's evolving. But like, yeah, just give us just a little bit of time because, like I said, I can hear all the tickets being made right now.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how much time I have left, but I
You're
appreciate
actually
it.
done, but I was
Oh,
just
okay.
letting you go
Yeah.
because we're hitting second stringers right now.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, Daniel. You have a good rest of your night, all right, bud?
You guys as well.
All right. All right. Our second stringer is Mayor Stud. Come on down.
Oh, good. I tinkled before. Can you give me like a little bit to explain like what I did with like Stud Studios, the mayorship, really quick, to everybody that wants to create a business?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. So, I was working at, I went through 3 different owners at Benny's and stuff like my son character did. And what we ended up doing was like, I ended up leaving. I became a lawyer. And I said, you know what? I want to open up studios. It's a podcast and a radio area, right? I worked so hard. I hired people because I didn't have a society fund. I didn't have any of that, right? I did that for like 2 to 3 months. It's actually still going, which is cool. I had that going for so long where I was just paying people to have, podcasts and all this other stuff. You guys, when you go and RP something, it will take a little bit. Like what I did was I just chose a place and then I talked to Empire and I said, hey, can I use this? Because it was a part of their blog. It was a lot of RP that went into it. And then we went through it, right? That was a big thing. And then mayorship, it all, like folded over. Like with the mayorship shit, I was begging people to go against me and all this stuff. Like we went through that and it happened. Just go to your businesses, whatever you want to open up, do it, man. Like, but also, if you're gonna hire people, do all that stuff, like just understand that the government sees that, dude. Like source sees it, everybody sees it. They're going to do it. And the only reason I'm there is because of the DOJ and like the PD, all these people come together and help me out. Like all that, just make sure you go through and you actually really go through it and work on it. For example, otters, like they've been killing it. Like take examples of people working their asses off every day and do that. You know what I mean? Sun Studios is still going, dude. A round of applause for Rez. She had a great. I think there was 53 people there for the She Speaks podcast the other day. That was awesome. Anyway, all right. I do have questions for you, Andrew.
You're so funny, man. All right. Well, hey, round of applause to that. You're so dude. I freaking love you, Stud. You
I
are
fucking
just
love you.
you are something else, man. I would love to go get a drink with you at some freaking weird ass bar in like the shithole of Chicago or something like that. It'd be a great time.
I'd get fucked up. Jade also did the same thing. Everybody does. Anyway, sorry. And then I help Yellow Jack. All that, dude. You guys are all awesome. Sorry, Source. Yeah, I would. Yeah, let's get fucked up, dude.
All good, all good. You got 2 minutes. What's up?
Okay, so when it comes down to it, there are a couple things that I want within the judicial system. Not judicial or the legislative branch, which really isn't a thing, with the mayor's office, right? Is there any way we can? The reason I want this, man, is because when new people fly in and all this other stuff, um, I want to be able to do, and we have done it. We've done tours with the people. Like I don't have $1 million. I paid the people around me, right? And thank the Lord, fucking like the DOJ's helped me. But uh, when it comes to new people coming in, this is my viewpoint. I want on the services app a mayor app, right? They can call and all the people that we can hire, not all the people, but like we have a certain people amount of people we could hire. They can call in and they can have a fresh tour of the city. And we've already started doing it, and we love it. I've talked to all the businesses about certificates. I've talked to them about things that we could put in a bag that they could only have after the tour is done. After the tour is done, when they redeem those certificates and all that shit, what we end up doing is I would go to those businesses like LSC, Burger Shot, Yellow Jacket, all this other stuff, and I would collect those certificates so that way that doesn't go out. So my question for you is, can we get that services app? Can we do the things that we're trying to do?
Oh my god, I love how you ask things, man. Yes, we can do that, bud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, pops. As I was thinking, I was like, I wonder what he's asking here for. Okay, so you want that? All right. So you want basically, don't you have a ticket open for this?
Yeah, it's been around for over a month.
Oh, thank you for letting me know about how
Yep.
long it has been. I do appreciate that time frame, all right? So what I'm gonna do for you, okay, I'll get you a job, I'll get you a society, I will get you a service app,
Thank you.
and I will get you a company phone number that you can
Thank you.
accept texts and phone calls on.
Thank you. This is all just to help the city, dude. Thank
Okay,
you so much,
buddy.
man.
I better see you on that damn Yellow Page app.
You know I'm always on there. I'm on
Better
there
be.
all the time, dude. You can.
Better be.
I love you, dude.
All right, man. We'll see you
All right.
soon.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye.
I just for the record, I never did say I love you to him. I don't know if anyone heard that or not, but I didn't say I love you. I did say I appreciate you though. What's going on, Angelo? Welcome back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
All right, cool. I had an idea that it's not really an idea, it's more like a script, I guess. It's throwing pistols and drugs when you're running on foot from PD. I put it in the idea builder about a month ago and it got like pretty good upvotes.
Yeah, what was it?
So let's say if you're a criminal and you're running away from the cops on foot, you're pretty much guaranteed to go to jail. Like you're not gonna get away. So I've seen in other cities there's a script where you can just throw your gun or your baggies of drugs like in a bush or something and keep running, and it adds like an extra layer of RP to both sides. Like as a crim, you can essentially lower your sentencing if you don't have a weapon on you, and as a cop, it adds more work, like detective work, going back and investigating the crime scene, looking for guns and narcotics and whatnot.
Right.
So I just feel like that'd be a cool little feature to add. Because like I said, when you're on foot, it's pretty much you're pretty much going to jail regardless. So
Sure. Yeah, I think I've seen that in you know the fucking one city. You know what I'm talking about. But
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I've seen that, and I remember when I did see that, we like tested the waters with like making a script that does that. It was only for weapons because we were just testing the idea of like, hey,
Yeah.
will it actually throw the object? It works, so I know how to do it with weapons for sure. Could definitely probably look at items. But the only thing is that I just don't know if it actually like works in like a big environment. You know how everything works for me, and you know we release it, and then you guys say it's bug ridden.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's just one of those things where I guess we could test the waters with it, and if it's terrible, we just remove it, and if it's good, we keep it. My only problem I have with it is that, you know, when you third eye an object and it picks up for you, but it doesn't for some people, and then like
Yeah.
we could have like a possible like infinite always grabbing it. So we would probably like test it under like I would give some throwables to maybe some staff members and see if it was like good or something like that. And then if it's good in the live for them, I guess we could just throw it out there. We would definitely want to test it just to make sure we don't ruin anything, right? We just released 3.0. We don't want to ruin an economy by
Yeah,
some
true.
stupid bug people abuse. But yes, so it is going to be a thing that we are working on, but I want it to be like everything. Like if you have Coke in your pocket, I want you to be able to like quick task that somehow. But the only thing is, how do you quick task something to say throw when it's just in your pocket? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So like your weapon is an actual physical item that does pull out, but you don't pull out like a bag of Coke when you have it in your pocket. But you do your weapon, if that makes sense. So we'll definitely take a look at it. I know for sure it'll come to weapons. I just know that for a fact. We'll for sure push it to testing, and see if it goes through testing, then great. But if it doesn't go through beta, well, we're probably just never gonna bring it. Just because if it doesn't usually beta right, it's probably not gonna work right.
Gotcha. I only said drugs just to throw it in there, but it's mostly for guns. Because I feel like
Yeah,
cops,
definitely.
you need more detective work, like
Yeah,
actually
the
investigating crime
guns
scene.
would definitely be 100% cool, and then I think it'd be cool if we could do more and more items. So absolutely, buddy. We'll
All right.
definitely take a look at it.
All right, cool. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Awesome, buddy. Good use of your 5 minutes, man. Fucking 20 seconds left. We do appreciate you. Last person to end us off is Mr. Wisdom. What's going on?
Hello, hello. Just a couple things. I noticed some people in the chat were asking. I know you brought up the masks and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it possible that we get more gang color flags in? Because a lot of gangs wear the masks to identify them. On the streets. So if people could have the gang like pocket flag, they wouldn't have to always wear the mask.
Did we not put those in yet?
I'm not sure. I just saw people asking about it.
Anyone in this chat? There's 80 of you. Come on, someone's gotta. It's
only
only
red.
red. Oh, okay. So I did put it in there. I'm just okay. Yes. So what we would probably do is this: if you are in a gang and you want your back pocket flag in, we have to have a texture for it. Okay. I am trying to think of a good way to either get all the textures or how we would do that. I don't want to make it a necessity to have to charge for it, just because I would like to just give it to you for free for good role play. But also that would mean that you'd have to wait to get your flag until you provide good role play. So, yeah, see, someone just said gang flag / apparel from 2.0. If I put all of those back in, it's like a bunch of old gangs that aren't here. So I don't want to do that. It's just, yeah. We'll get it figured out for the gang back pocket flags, and then we'll make an announcement on the best way to get them done because if we do one for free, we're gonna have to do them all for free. And if we charge for one, we're gonna have to charge for all of them because it's not gonna be fair to anyone both ways. So let me get it figured out and we'll let you guys all know. Because if I could get all of them done and sent to me in one day, I could just do it all in one day and mass produce them. Where if we don't do that, then we're just gonna have to do like one, every time they come in. So let me figure it out and I will make an announcement to the gangs in the gang Discord.
Okay, awesome.
All right, bud.
And that is all. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I like that too. I do appreciate you guys for that is what I talk about community right there, right? You guys heard our want and you guys said the same thing that we tell you. We tell you to come to us with a solution. You guys did the same thing, right? You said, hey, you want us to do this. Let's come to a solution. Can we get this? That is the way to be a community right freaking there. I love that. I love that we can figure out, okay, instead of wearing it across our face, let's drop the mask, but we'll wear back pocket flags. I'm completely cool with that. And that is one way that we can, meet on an even keel, guys, right? So at the end of the day, guys, it is never about a me or a you or a anything. It's all about us, right? At the end of the day, that's what we're here for, is we're here to rock as a good fucking community, and we're here to have fun, okay? And so the biggest thing that I want to leave you guys off with is that I want to make sure that you guys all know that it is never about staff or me or management winning at these community meetings. It's all about us bringing all of our ideas together, and then we all can say, okay, I understand that the players want this, the players want this and this and this and this and this, and they want it, you know, easier and blah, 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 blah. Well, we want it to be this, this, and this. Let's find a nice, even ground that we can all agree on. And I think that this community meeting just goes to show you right there, that was some good you know, figuring stuff out all together. And thank you for that. This was a great community meeting, great turnout. We had 186 at peak. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. We do appreciate you for being here. Like we always say, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you guys are at in the world. Thank you to the EU people that did show up. You guys are insane. I know that it's like it's 5 a.m. for you guys right now. Thank you for being here. You guys have a good rest of your night, and make sure to pay attention to those update logs. You guys will see how we get down here. So we'll see you guys very soon. 72 hours, you guys should see a community meeting update. We'll see y'all soon. And I'll see you Friday for the mechanic release.